This podcast was recorded live in the Purple Room Studio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the StreamVoid Podcast, episode 117.
Wow!
I am MikeyT, and of course, across from me is KurbStomped. You
Hello.
can find us everywhere under our respected monikers.
Welcome.
Yeah, it is February the 19th, 2023. February is almost out.
Been 45 for 11 days now. What can I say?
Wow.
No, it's crazy.
I know. You are listening to the StreamVoid Podcast. This is a show about life and video games and everything in between.
I'll nod along. Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about life.
Okay.
First.
Okay.
And
Like
things that you
work?
did in your life.
At work?
At work.
Well,
or, just in general.
In my life, nothing.
No? Oh?
No, the usual. Ate some food, slept sometimes.
Wow.
Whatever,
That's great.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty full life
That's
I
a
lead.
rich life for sure.
Yeah, it's super rich. Dread my existence? No, that's continual. I don't know. I can't remember if last week or this week, or I don't know if I told last week, like how they came to me and they were like, you don't have to do all this other shit at work anymore. Did I tell you that? Like I don't have to do web orders now, or I don't have to count the money at the store anymore.
No.
Like,
I don't think you talked about that.
Okay, so they were like, "Oh yeah, you're busy, doing your stuff, and you're going to be working at the warehouse, which I want to do. So we're taking this stuff away from you." And they're like, I don't know what their deal is. Like, I guess it's to be nice or whatever and reassure you or whatever. They're like, you're not doing a bad job, but like I think your time is better spent doing this other thing. And I was just like, yeah, I know. Like I already knew my time was wasted doing this stuff. So I was doing the counting of the money every day, where it'd be like I'd have to count how much money we made and like make a bank deposit and shit. And I was like, okay, if they want me to count this, but like literally a monkey could do this. Like it's super easy, right?
Have to be a trained monkey.
Yeah, but like even then, like not that much. Like how hard is it? I guess it is pretty hard because there's one girl who every time she counts the till at the end of the day, it's wrong. Somehow she's miscounted it and been like, oh, she overcounted $40 and it's in the deposit rather than in the float. And it's like, how did you do that? Like, it's not even like you did it by like a quarter or a dime or like it's a weird number. It's like you left an extra two $20 bills. Like, how do you do that?
They were stuck together.
No. Anyways, they were like, you're not going to do that anymore. And then the other thing I was doing was the web orders. And I don't know if that's because they actually don't want me to do that, or I don't know. Sometimes they'll sort of look and they won't get the whole picture. Like there was a few orders that I hadn't done shipped out, and maybe they were like, oh, he doesn't have time to do it. But it's like, no, we didn't have the fucking product. I was waiting for us to get it. But I was like, that's fine. Someone else can do that. I don't care. I don't want to do it. I didn't want to do it in the first place. So I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm just going to do... I'm back to what I did before, orders, which is all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I'm also doing the warehouse, which I like to do. So it's fine. So I'm not really dealing with the woman anymore. Like, she doesn't get to, like, teach me anything or whatever.
Not like she did in the first place?
Well, yeah, exactly. But now it's like, before it'd be like, oh, I want to order a new item. And it would be like, okay, you can add it in. And I'd be like, okay, and I'd add it in the computer. Now it's back to be like, here, add this in for me, and I'm going to go back to my work here.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do that shit anymore. But, I know how to do that stuff now, so I will do it if, there's no one else around to do it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've been having some trouble with, like, weird things I'm finding in the system. Like, it'll be like, we're ordering these lures, right? We just did inventory, and I'm looking at the inventory listing. And it's like, well, we haven't this one item. There's 4 stores. Our store has none. Okay, all the other stores have like 30 each. They haven't sold one in like 4 years. So I'm like, we just did inventory. So I like contact the store and be like, can you just double check and see if you have this item? And they'll be like, yeah, we have it. I'll be like, okay, send me a picture. And they send me a picture. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, okay, I know what's wrong here. UPCs, when they scan, they're very weird, and you can set them up to scan in different ways. Like you can have it scan the whole barcode, but most places only have the first 11 digits scan, and then the last number doesn't scan on the barcode. But for whatever reason, these ones were put into the system with the last digit. So when you go to the till and scan it, it would never scan that item because it scans with that extra number. So it's like, well, how are we selling them if they don't scan? And then I look and it's like, well, they were added in without that number as well. So there's 2 records for the same item, separate inventories. So then I'm like, well, why the fuck were they not inventoried properly? Like they should have 0. You scan it with the scanner, it should not work basically because it doesn't scan that way.
Yeah.
But it still says they have 30. So I had to do all this digging, and like the way she did their inventory was wrong because the only store that was right was the store I did.
Yeah.
So the stores she did were all wrong. So anyways, I'm asking her, I'm like, look at this here. And I swear to I was flabbergasted. This is the woman that's in charge of our computers. Like she doesn't set them up, but she makes all the decisions and purchases and doing this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, look here. This is like this. I alt tab. This is like this. I alt tab. And she's like, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm showing you. She's like, but how did you do it? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, how did you switch between them so fast? And I was like, what? And she's like, well, how did you go from one page to the other so fast? And I was like, I hit alt tab. She's like, wow, you can do that? And I just was like, oh my God. She's like, oh yeah, I usually have to go down and click on it on the taskbar. And I was like, you've been doing that for 10 years? Oh my God. I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, you can just alt tab. And then I was like, and if you have like a window that has multiple tabs, you can control tab between them too. And that, wow. And I was just like, oh my fucking God. Oh my God. I couldn't believe that shit. Like, she's been doing that for 10 years.
No, she's been doing that her whole life.
Well, but like since she's worked there, since she started, she's been doing it, clicking on the taskbar for 10 years. I was just like I was stunned. Like I just was like, oh yeah, alt tab lets you go through all this stuff. Oh wow, that's a real time saver. I just was like, yeah, it really makes things go by quick, right? So then I was like, well, like, does she know about snapping like 2 windows? So I was like, did you know about this? And I snapped the 2 windows. She's like, wow. And I was like, oh my God, this is incredible that you're in charge of our computers.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, I just was like, holy fuck, mind blown. It was incredible to me. Yeah, so whatever. Like that was my work week basically. Like my mind was shattered for the rest of the week. I couldn't do any work.
That's great. I love it.
Oh my God. Yeah, like, and I've overheard her, like, you know, when she's buying a new printer or whatever. Actually, we have the big printer we rent, like the big ass one, because it's just cheaper than buying it. Mm-hmm. But we have like we have a check printer for printing checks. Yeah. And we got a new one, and the computer guys come in to put it in there because she doesn't do that. And they're like, okay, you have to put this sheet in this. So she's like, I don't want it that way. And they're like, what do you mean? She's like, I specifically said I want it so when you put the check in face up. And they're like, well, this one you just have to put upside down. She's like, no, I don't want it. And they're like, well, what? She's like, I specifically said it has to go in the exact same way. And they're just kind of like, okay. Like, I don't know what they did, if they got a new printer or they finally just were like, this is just the way it works. Like, things change over time. But she was like, no, it has to go in upside down and face this way when it goes in. And I'm sitting there like shaking my head like, you can just like remember you put it in upside down now. Like,
or right side up.
Or whatever, whichever way it goes, right? Or like you put it in, oh, I printed it wrong the first time. I'll flip it over. Just crazy, dude. So, yeah, she's in charge of my computers.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy to me. So, anyways. Yeah. And then, I know she doesn't know how to do like a snapshot of the screen. Like if you hit Windows Control S and you can take a clipping tool. Because I had an error on my thing or whatever. she's like, oh, I need that information. I was like getting ready to, control whatever. And she pulled out her phone to take a picture of it. And I was like, well, I could just send it to you. She's like, no, that's okay. And I was like, all right, whatever. Take a picture of the monitor. So that was basically my work week.
Wow.
I mean, I also didn't work. Well, I didn't work Wednesday or Thursday. Right now it's really slow. Like, we don't do that many orders. There's not much going on at the warehouse. So I'm only working like 3 days a week.
Yeah.
So I worked at the warehouse, and then I worked at the store on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, I was like, oh, I'll just go in, finish out the week, off Thursday, Friday. And I literally walked all the way to work, and I'm like a minute away, and I'm like, I shouldn't have worked today. Because I guarantee you, between now and Friday, the boss is going to be like, oh, I want this done. Or I need this done. Or I want this done. So I came into work, and I worked for 2 hours, and I said, like, look, I'm going to go home. I'm going to come in on Friday, because I guarantee you, if I stay all day today, the boss is going to want something done by the end of the week. And I'm gonna have to come in anyways. And they're like, oh, okay, no problem. So then, like, literally the next day, I get these texts from the boss, like, oh, you need to do this order, that order, or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'll be there Friday. I'll do it then. So I only worked a couple days, so that was pretty nice.
There you go.
Shortly, I'm gonna go back to the 5 days again. Yeah, like a real big boy.
A real big boy.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, how was your work week?
Yeah, stressful.
Still?
Yeah, well, my boss, my local boss, makes it more stressful than it needs to be.
How so?
Oh, let me give you a typical week.
Okay.
Monday, he's stressed out. He comes in. I'm like, this is our plan. And he's like, come to my office. And then he berates me for 20 minutes when he could have just been like, oh, we should do it like this. But no, he berates me for 20 minutes instead. And then he's just like, we got to come up with a plan. I'm like, I already came up with a plan. We already talked about it. Yeah. And so Tuesday, we got to come up with a plan. You have to do this, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Don't worry about it. Wednesday, we have to come up with a plan. You got to do this, blah, 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 blah. And Wednesday afternoon, we got to come up with a plan, blah, blah, blah. You got to do this. I'm like, yeah, your memory's just gone, dude. It's just absolutely gone. We've already talked about this. We've already done it.
So who's this guy?
He's the regional manager.
So why is he in your office?
Because that's where his office is.
Oh, so his office is there now?
Yeah, it's always been there.
Oh,
it's always been there. But
so
he was just a project manager, but now he's been promoted to a regional manager.
Okay. How old is he?
60 something.
He should retire, dude.
It's coming.
Yeah, right. Coming. Is he gonna be like the other guy that was 80?
No. Okay. He's gonna retire sooner than that. Yeah, it's been stressful just because he's just talking to me, like berating me and like telling me what I need to do.
Tell him to fuck off.
And even though I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do it this day because that's the time that I can actually do it.
Yeah, I think you need to fucking go back in his face. He needs to be, put in his spot. Be like, don't talk to me like that way, you fucking old fuck. I can take you out right now. What's your problem? Play this in the speaker for him. Play this in the shop whenever you listen to the podcast. I'll tell him off right now. You fuck.
Do it. So yeah, that's been extremely stressful.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, I know he's old. I know he's got problems with his memory, so it's hard to get mad at him because he's not going to remember. Especially when
that's even better then. You can like cathartically fucking explode on him, and the next day he'll be like, good to see you. He won't remember. Just scream at him all you want.
Maybe. And so he's like, you got to be out of the office more. You got to be out in the field more.
Oh, fuck that guy.
I'm like, okay, I will be. And then I can't get anything done. So I got meetings like Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like, well, what day am I supposed to be out in the field? Do I go out in the field and then be on meetings all day? Like, what the fuck's the point in that?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm okay with going out in the field a little bit more. It means more money for me.
Oh, yeah.
Because now I can actually get overtime and live out.
Nice.
Yes, we're staying in Lillooet. It's okay. I don't understand why Lillooet is a town that size. Like what is there?
It's too big?
What is there?
For the nothing there?
Yeah.
It's because it's like partway between two places.
But where?
I don't know.
Like what's north of Lillooet is towns I've never heard of.
It's a corner.
It is a corner.
They were like, this is a good spot to like fill up your wagon with a barrel of mead. And it just grew from there.
There is a substation there, so there might be a power plant close by.
There's a nice view of the river.
There is a nice view of the river, that's for sure.
I think it's just like it's just traditional, like, stop along the wagon trail, basically, and it just stayed there.
Yeah, could be.
Like, what's there to do here?
I don't know. There's two rivers that meet.
Yeah, but, like, what? We don't fish them or anything?
No, but there is the pulp mill.
But how many people are employed at the pulp mill?
Yeah, but when you get an industry like that, it kind of
But the mine is like Logan Lake, dude. Like, that's... The only reason people work here...
There was the mine.
Well, yeah, but like when did that close? Like 1950?
Yeah, something like that.
But like seriously, like the only reason people live here is because they don't want to live at Logan Lake.
Yeah.
Like, anyways, there's like this is a tourism city basically.
It is now.
Or like literally, it's a stop on the way. It's like you're going from Vancouver to Calgary. Well, I guess you're going through Kamloops.
Yeah.
So that's what Lillooet is when you're going to Williams Lake.
Williams Lake the long way.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah, it's a town. It's there. It's got the dam or whatever.
Yeah. And
the hotels are not very nice.
Well, I can't believe it. The hotels in Lillooet aren't very nice.
It's better than the hotels in Lytton. The hotel in Lytton, because the rest aren't there anymore.
Yeah, no kidding.
The boys were staying there, and the windows were just completely iced up.
Oh yeah,
the power
single
would
pane
just randomly turn off.
Single pane window.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and the power would turn off?
Yeah,
well, I
just
guess
lose power. They'd be like, "Oh man, we got to get a heater in here," and they plug their heater in.
Oh, and break the circuit.
Cold, the circuit would just go.
Yeah.
That was during that cold snap.
Everything burnt down, all the substations and everything burnt down there. So they have one wire going into Lytton.
Yeah, pretty much.
Crazy.
So yeah, I'm going to be traveling this week to go to Lytton and the Lillooet area on Tuesday. Of course, we all have Monday off if you're Canadian and in BC.
Is Family Day across the country now, or is ours still different?
Ours is still different. Family Day is still just BC, I think.
But it's like in September everywhere else.
I don't know. Not entirely sure.
Because now we have Truth and Reconciliation Day in September instead of Family Day.
Oh.
Yeah, I think BC's the only province that was like, nah, we'll just do it in February.
Yeah.
Everywhere else is on the same day because we're so fucking stupid here. But now we at least have Truth and Reconciliation Days. And oh, wait, that's federal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's not provincial.
No, it's federal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So more holidays.
There's two
more
stats.
Holidays. Let's do it.
Two stats in that month that Truth and Reconciliation Day is.
The only good thing to come out of the whole situation is an extra stat.
I guess. So far, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, but leading like the reason for it, pretty bad. Usually, like federal holidays are like good things. More or less,
More or less, yeah.
It's like, we got Christmas Day and blah, blah, blah. I guess Remembrance Day, it's a little not so good or whatever. Truth and Reconciliation Day is about remembering how bad it was, not how good it was. So,
yes.
Anyways.
Definitely.
I don't want to get into it for if you're American, you want to figure it out, just Google it. You can read all about our horrible history.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've got vacation coming up, which is going to be good.
Nice.
I de-stress there.
I think when you're on vacation, you can legally slap your boss.
Probably.
Yeah, so make sure you do that.
Other than that, upgraded the printer to a magnetic print bed that's flexible. So my prints don't stick as much.
All right.
Or at all now. Well,
so
they stick.
Do you still need the prophylactic?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it still needs to be hot.
Yeah,
it's still way too cold in this basement.
Oh, okay.
I've been playing or watched.
Mm-hmm.
Still watching The Witcher.
Why?
Season 2. It's actually not too bad. The first episode of Season 2, I was like, okay, what are you guys doing here? Because it was like some sort of Beauty and the Beast thing, and it was really weird.
Okay.
But
was it a monster?
Well, no, it was a friend who had been turned into a beast.
Yeah.
But then the beauty came in, and he's like all magical, and stuff's happening. I'm like, what the hell is this episode? It wasn't very good. But the subsequent episodes have been okay.
All right.
Not mind.
A glowing recommendation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Started watching Physical 100, the Netflix special, which is like a actual
I think I saw this
show,
on there,
but kind of Squid Gamey.
Yeah.
And it's got like the 100 most
erotic men.
Yeah. Koreans.
Oh yeah.
It's like Koreans of all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
From all different backgrounds competing in physical events. So there's like YouTube influencers, there's CrossFit trainers, there's military, there's gymnasts, Olympicists,
Olympicians?
What the hell?
What's the word?
What is the word?
Athletes.
Yeah, let's just go with athletes. And it's funny.
Olympians.
That's the word.
That's the word.
That's the word.
Wow.
The
We're
place...
40.
Yes. So the whole show starts off with everyone kind of getting introduced a little bit, like the major players, and they have a big circular room, and everyone's got like a bust of them, but it's just like neck down, like torso,
Like a Beethoven bust you'd have on your piano.
yeah, but like just their torso.
Oh, it's like
and they're all like jacked and crazy muscular and stuff.
Oh my god.
And so everyone starts filtering in. They find their busts. Like the first one who came in was like the gold medal winner for gymnastics from like the previous summer games. Mm-hmm. And he comes in, he sees this thing, and then everyone starts kind of filtering in. There's military people coming in. They're like, oh, hey, I know you. Yeah, you're on the Olympic team. And it gets to like just a little bit over half the people in there. Mm-hmm. And one guy comes in who's an MMA fighter, and everyone just like, and they're like, oh my god, it's him. It's him. Everyone just starts clapping.
Conor
and
McGregor is here.
I can't remember what his name is, but he's like a 45-year-old MMA fighter who still like kicks it.
Yeah.
He just comes in, just full suit, just suave as frig. We're like, oh, okay. Yeah, that guy looks cool as frig.
Yeah. So what's the point of it?
It's just they're going to find out what the best physical body is for whatever reason.
Like what sort of, the
ideal body type is.
Based off of your profession?
Based off of how well you do in these challenges.
But I mean, like, it'll be like, oh, the winner was a janitor?
Yeah, could be.
Okay. So it's just sort of like whoever, and it's just like American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the first challenge is everyone has to hang off of a thing and just hang by their arms as long as possible.
Okay.
And it's like people of all shapes and sizes, right? So there's huge muscular bodybuilders that are like 300 pounds trying to like hold themselves up on these bars.
Yeah.
And they go like, it goes down, like the first episode goes down to the gymnast.
So they eliminate people from that? Like if you fall off first, you're out?
This isn't one of the elimination rounds. This is a special, like you get a bonus.
Oh, okay. I was going to say like, because that would be like all the muscle bodybuilders would be out first round because they can't hold themselves up. But like the light guys who have a strong grip would be able to stay up there forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like that, everyone starts dropping. It comes down to like the gymnast and one other guy.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
then you see
this guy does the parallel bars and this guy does the rings. They're the last two.
It was actually a military guy who was special forces.
Oh yeah.
And he was just hanging up there. Just like
no sweat or anything.
Just no sweat, just military training,
chilling.
just like chilling.
Yeah.
Same with the gymnast, and
of course.
One of them falls, and then it just cuts, and you don't know until the next episode.
No,
We've only watched the one episode, but it's pretty good so far.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
because everyone's like super respectful,
of course,
and all that.
They're not a Canadian or American or Australian.
There's one
New Zealand
white German
British
guy in there though.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Does he speak Korean?
Oh, fluently.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, just different culture.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
great.
if it was a Canadian version of the show, Americans would be like, "Wow, these guys are so nice to each other."
Probably.
Yeah. So, just layers upon layers.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Cool.
It's pretty good. Other than that, played, of course, the Game Club game, which is the
Outer
Worlds.
Yeah.
And a lot of Dead Cells. Like a lot of Dead Cells. I've been really...
Cells.
Yeah, I picked it up a while ago. It's a roguelike, side-scrolling,
hard as hell.
Souls-like game.
Hard as hell.
Yeah, maybe that's the game we were playing. We were talking
No,
about
I don't think so. I don't think Dead Cells was out then. We were talking pre-stream about an old game Mikey T played, but I don't think it was Dead Cells. When did you buy Dead Cells?
A while ago, like a couple years.
Nah, this was been like 4 years ago.
Yeah, it might have been that long ago.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I just picked it up again. I had played it a little bit when it first came out.
But now you're like, I got this Steam Deck here. I can lay on the couch.
Yeah,
play
it's so nice on the Steam Deck. Just play Dead Cells all day long. It's great.
Nice.
There's a lot of crossovers.
Yes.
I was just like roaming around. Like when you're in the first level, you find where the crossovers are for like crossover weapons and equipment and stuff. And I was just rolling around.
Crossover with other games, you mean?
Yeah, crossovers with other games. Yeah, for sure. There are a lot. And I was like, I came into this room, I'm like, this room doesn't look familiar to me at all.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's a crowbar.
Oh, what are you, Gordon Freeman?
Yeah, and then you go roll into the next room, like, there's an EVA suit.
Oh my god, crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Nice.
There's a lot of crossovers. There's like Shovel Knight crossovers.
Oh, of course.
Risk of Rain crossovers.
Oh yeah.
There's Slay the Spire crossovers.
Mm.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I've seen it before. It looks interesting,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It seemed a little more hard than I would want to play a game.
Well, I think you might actually like it if you like Dead Souls or Dark Souls rather.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah, because the combat is like that, where you have to like anticipate attacks, dodge rolls, or block and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
It's literally a 2D Dark Souls.
yeah, it's literally a 2D Dark Souls, except you can go very, very fast. It's been tuned for the speedrunning community.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever you finish a level, sometimes there's like a door or two after in the rest area, and if you beat it in under X amount of minutes, you can go into the one door, and if you beat the level by killing 30 to 60 guys without taking damage, you get to go in the other door and get a bunch of bonuses.
Bonuses, nice.
Yeah, it's very fast. You can just fly through levels. It's great.
Nice.
Been having a lot of fun with that.
Cool.
Yeah. What'd you
nice.
play? The list is full of games that you may or may not have played.
Sure, I'll do the games first. I played them all.
You played them all?
I played them all.
Wow.
Finished off Parasite Eve finally.
Oh, nice.
So I played on, I think I started it on like Christmas Day. I think I streamed on Christmas Day, and I played.
That's apt for that game.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly, because it takes place over. That's why I did it.
Yeah.
And I played the first 3 days, I think, which is like 5 hours or something like that. But then the last 3 days are like 4 hours, but day 4 is like 3 hours long or something like that. So anyways, I wrapped it up. I played this on my PS3 with my PS1 disc, and I streamed it. And I haven't played it since it came out, so it's been like since 1999 or whenever it came out. That's when I beat it.
Yeah, watching you play it was like, oh my god, the nostalgia.
I know, it's big time. And there's a lot of things. I still enjoyed the game, but you can tell it's like from that era because there's a lot of sort of quality of life changes that are not in the game.
Yeah.
For example, the end boss, you have to fight the ultimate being who goes through 4 forms, right? So you have to beat it 4 times.
Yep.
Once it's beat, it comes back to life one more time, and you have to run away from it out of battle. So you have to run into the ship, and it chases you down, and you look at the little map of the ship, and she thinks, I got to run this way. So when you run through the ship, it's chasing you down. It keeps getting a little faster and a little faster, and you're supposed to go to the boiler room, hit a button, so the ship will, like, explode.
Yeah.
But you're trying to avoid this thing, right? So I get to the boiler room, and I'm, like, trying to give it a wide berth. So I run around the button.
Yeah.
And I climb the stairs. And then when you climb the stairs, it shows the bad guy drop into the room. And you can see the button on the console like flashing. It's like, fuck, I didn't hit the button.
Yeah.
So you keep running, and it's like you keep running, and the thing gets faster and faster. It flies up, touches you. Game over. You're dead.
Yeah.
Go to the start screen again. So then you go back into the game. And in a modern game, once you beat his 4 forms, it'd be like, do you want to save? Here's a quick save, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Here's an auto save. Not in this game. It's like, beat the 4 forms again. So I had to fight him again. It's not a hard fight. It's just like, it takes 10 minutes, and there's unskippable cutscenes, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, fuck. So then I'm thinking like, okay, in that room, there's a save spot. So it's like, oh, maybe that's what they thought. You can save yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So I run in the room, I pick up, and it's saved by phone in this game. You pick up the phone, you dial like the precinct, and you like, that's how you save. So I pick up the phone, it dials, it rings, and it's like, sorry, this is not available right now. And it's not like a menu. It's real time. So the thing is crawling towards you as you're doing it. And I'm just like, no. Thankfully, it didn't touch me. But it was like a hair away from touching me. So I managed to escape, get through, press the button, and I get out. But I just was like, oh my god. In a modern game, like,
oh yeah,
they would not have done this to you.
No, that wouldn't fly.
But I beat it. It was cool. Very dated graphically and everything.
Oh yeah.
Like the cutscenes are like, whoa, baby.
There's a lot of pixels.
Well, even like just the animations and like just everything is so like early CG video game.
Yeah, it's like Resident Evil 1.
I mean, Resident Evil 1's cutscenes were real time, but well, there's a few.
But the graphics, like
the graphics, but like the actual animated cutscenes, they're CG, but they're like something you could make.
Yeah. Now
with your computer, real time.
Yeah.
That's how bad these are. But the music's still good. The story's still interesting. Not that I'm saying you would make a bad thing, but I'm just saying like as someone who doesn't do animation,
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
you could make something like that. Come on. But I still enjoyed it, so it was interesting revisiting it. And that was kind of, wrapping that up.
Yeah, nice.
I also played Cyberpunk. So I had Cyberpunk since the day it came out. I've never played it for more than like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because just the control, it just didn't feel very good to me. Like, I like FPS on controller. Like, obviously I'm playing the shit out of Outer Worlds. Mm-hmm. But Cyberpunk just felt really weird that way.
Yeah. And
I came across the thing where I was like, oh, wait, I wonder if I can use mouse and keyboard on the Xbox.
Oh.
So I Googled it. And yes, there is keyboard and mouse support for Cyberpunk on the Xbox. Unfortunately, you can't, like, change the buttons. So, like, the way it is now is, like, F is sort of activate if you want to open a door. Whereas, like, I'd really like that to be E. But you can't change it. Or, like, sneak is hold down tab and you can't change it to toggle. So you have to, like, hold down the tab while you're sneaking, and if you want to do a stealth kill, you have to, like, hit F. So it's not the best.
Sounds awful.
It's not the best, but it
Why
works.
Tab?
I don't know. That's just what it is.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so it's not the best. And you can't turn on toggle. That was the thing. I was like, oh, if I can turn on toggle, fine, whatever. No, you can't turn on toggle. But I've been playing it that way. It controls so much better with mouse and keyboard, except when driving. Of course, I pick up my controller and drive. But it was just like, when you aimed in it with the controller, it was like kind of floaty and you'd swing around a lot and everything. So I didn't really like it, but it's way better now. I've already got farther than I've ever gotten in it.
Huh,
I'm almost to having Johnny Silverhand.
Oh.
Almost.
Ooh.
I'm on my way to steal Johnny Silverhand. So I'm excited to continue that.
Yeah.
Because I've literally... The furthest I ever got was like completing the first mission where you go steal the robot.
Yeah.
That was like the furthest I ever got. Because I looked at my saves. There was 4 saves, and it was like save 1 was from version 1.01. Then there's like version 1.2, version 1.4, and then version 1.6. And now I'm on playing. It's version 1.61. So I've played it. I've tried it all the way through. And I did notice too, like they've toned down the junk you can find. Because I remember like famously in air quotes, the first time I played it, it was just junk everywhere, and it was all butt plugs. I found out like 40 butt plugs just laying around outside everywhere.
Yeah.
Now there's like literally when you leave V's apartment, there was like no junk. Virtually no junk.
Virtually none.
Yeah, but when I first played it, it was just like fucking butt plugs just everywhere. It was like an orgy of the whole city. They were just squirting them out everywhere.
I didn't, when I started playing, I didn't find any objects do sex until I got to like the sex store.
Oh, yeah. No, I found like legitimately like 20 of them. It was crazy. Every piece of junk I found was a butt plug.
I was expecting studded dildos all over the place when I first started playing because of your review of it.
Exactly.
I was like, studded dildos
Well,
anywhere,
that was
man.
like version 1.01. But there is still like lots of glitchy shit. Like I parked my car and like Jackie just walked right through the car. Like he's like, I'm going to this door. There's nothing that's going to stop me. He just turned into a ghost and walked through the car. So there's still like, and I teleported, like I went through a door and I teleported. I was climbing a wall somehow. I was like, how do you even climb a wall? I didn't even know if that was possible. So I had to climb down the corner, and then I was like, it was weird as hell.
It's strange.
Yeah. So
very strange.
But yeah. And then, so what I've been trying to do for 2023 gaming and streaming is I want to have like a modern day game going and a retro game going at the same time. So I finished Parasite Eve, and I was going to play Ico as my next game, the PS2 game. But then I Googled it, and the game's only like 4 hours long. So I was like, well, that's not really the kind of game I want to do as my sort of retro gameplay.
No.
So I was like,
what are you considering retro?
Like 360 or older, basically.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, what can I play here? And I'm looking through my listings. And, I want to kind of do it on the console. Not really PC, but anyways. I was like, oh, yeah, I've got all these Final Fantasy games that I bought. Like, I've beaten 7, 8, 9. And I was like, oh, yeah, Final Fantasy 9. I'm like, fucking Jesus Christ. Even Mikey T's beat that game. Or at least played the majority of it.
No, 9? No, all the way. That's my favorite Final Fantasy.
Yeah, so I'm
ever.
like, I have never even beat that. I've never even really got anywhere in that game. So I was like, okay, that's my new game I'm going to play. So, because that's like the only one up to 13.2 that I haven't beaten.
And wow!
Like
and it's one of the only ones I have.
But like, I mean, like that have been released like in the time frame of like I never beat Final Fantasy 2 or 3 because they weren't released in North America until later. So I've beaten 1, 2, American 2, American 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, no, 11, wait, 12, 13, 13, 2. Up to that, I've never beaten. 9 was the only one that I never did. So I was like, I got to do 9. So I'm on the 9.
Nice.
And the first battle, I was like, damn, this battle theme, man. Classic.
Yeah.
Classic. So I got, I got Garnet, and I got Steiner, and I got VV, and I got, what's his name? The little monkey boy. Zidane, yeah, there you go. And I'm in the ice tunnel. I'm playing the Xbox version that's been remastered. And like all the character models and all the enemy models and everything look great. The cutscenes, they've done a lot of work on the major cutscenes, but like a lot of the minor cutscenes and all the backgrounds are like very muddy and like obviously up-res from their like 360 by whatever.
Yeah, 360 by 480.
Yeah, like
240
size.
rather.
Yeah, so they don't look particularly good. And sometimes it's like hard to tell like where you're supposed to walk because it's just so ambiguous, basically.
Yeah, it's just like a blurry background blowing up to like 1080. And you're like,
it was I could walk. That's where I'm supposed to go. I could walk on that. Like I didn't know. So, but I am enjoying it, and it's an interesting battle or like leveling up mechanic with learning skills from the items and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the battles are pretty slow. Like the ATB meter.
Oh yeah, it
goes very slow. So, but I think I played Elder Scrolls Online, but I played that a lot before, so
yes.
Nothing really to say about that. I played that with the tank, had a fun time, but it was totally just like skip the story. Who cares? I've already done the story. I don't care. Tank doesn't care about the story, so it's just like let's just kill stuff and have some fun. So
nice.
But I did watch a couple things.
You did.
I'll quickly go over these.
Let's do it.
Infinity Pool. It's like a new horror movie.
I thought that was going to be a video game.
No, that's a new horror movie starring Alexander Skarsgård from True Blood.
Yep.
And Tarzan.
Yep.
And Mia Goth, who is unfortunately married to Shia LaBeouf, but she was in like X and Pearl. She's kind of like the hot horror girl right now, kind of. And this movie's, they're on vacation. He's an author. And they're on this weird island where they have made this law because they want tourists to come. But if a tourist commits a crime and they're going to be executed, they can have a clone made to be killed instead of them. Yeah, it's a little science fiction-y a little bit. So he accidentally kills a guy and he gets arrested, and then they make a clone of him. But the clone has like perfect memories of everything.
Yeah. So
then it's part of like, well, did my clone get killed, or am I the clone, or am I the real guy, or whatever? And then it's also like, you can do like by the end, it's happened to him like 4 times. So when your clone gets killed, they give you like the ashes. Like, here's a memorial, and he's got like all these jars of his ashes and shit like that. So it's fucked up. I don't really know how it ends and whatever. I enjoyed it. It was interesting, but it was just like, what was going on there?
It's weird.
It was very like cool, like cinematography, and the special effects were cool, and whatever. But it was just like, whoa, what's going on here? How does it end? Is he real? Is he whatever? So. But I also watched the new Hellraiser.
Ah, yes.
Have you seen this?
No.
So I like Hellraiser 1.
Yep, me too.
Hellraiser 2.
Yep.
Is okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Hellraiser 3, is that the one that is like the 2 timelines in it? Okay. So the only good Hellraisers are 1 and 2.
Yes. Confirmed.
All the other Doug Bradley ones are bad. Doug Bradley is rad as Hellraiser.
Yes.
Those parts are radical, but those movies all suck.
Yes.
And then they moved on and got rid of Doug Bradley, and they got the great value Hellraiser. And I've seen some of those. Those are also not good.
Correct.
They're pretty bad.
Yes.
So when I heard there's a new Hellraiser, I was like, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. Yeah. And I'm thinking, is it Haya or is it Fuyo? So by the end, I was like, Fuyo!
Yeah, very nice.
Dude, you got to watch this.
Yeah?
It was so good. So Pinhead is a woman this time.
Okay.
Female Pinhead. But the other Cenobites are so disturbing and so good, right? They look so good. The special effects are all good. The story is like interesting and kind of like, you know, a new sort of spin on the Hellraiser thing. Because like in the other Hellraiser movies, the puzzle box always changes, but they always call it the lament configuration.
Yeah.
But that's just the one shape.
Mm-hmm. That's just the lament configuration, really.
Yeah, I just thought that was what the puzzle box was called. But every shape is a different configuration.
Mm-hmm.
So they explain more about the configuration. Maybe they do that in the other like crappier Great Value Hellraisers that I've never really watched. But they really explain it in this one about the different configurations. Like, this is the Lazarus configuration and this, that, and the other thing. But there is a part where I'm like, okay, this is stupid. Like, what is going on? Like, there's a guy in the real world. He's human, but he has, like... Anyways, I don't want to spoil it too much. But then they explain what happened and what led to that. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, okay. I thought it was stupid, but it actually works. So I'm okay with it. But yeah, I liked it a lot. And
nice.
It was not like there was no, you know, it wasn't like this is the PG-13 Hellraiser, you know?
Yeah.
It was like pretty,
full on.
It was pretty gross.
Hellraiser has to be full on.
Maybe not as gross as like the first Hellraiser where he's in the room like, no skin. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
I like it.
nice.
I recommend it.
Nice.
I recommend it a lot. So I had to watch that illegally because...
Of course.
It is on Hulu Plus in the States, but... In Canada, they put it on whatever instead of Disney Plus. Because Hulu's owned by Disney.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so other Hulu Plus stuff ends up on Disney in Canada. Like that Murdoch cartoon.
Yeah.
MODOK.
Yeah.
That's on Hulu in the States. But it's on Disney Plus here. Same thing with Prey, the new Predator movie, which I haven't watched yet. I should. That's on Hulu Plus in the States. But it's on Disney Plus here.
Yeah, you really need to watch that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like,
I know.
Wait a minute, have I seen it? I'm like, yeah, I've seen it.
I know,
It's good.
I know it's good. I could tell it was good, but I mean, I thought Hellraiser was going to be good. I can usually tell, like, when I see the trailer, like, okay, this is probably going to be pretty good. I always thought Prey looked like it was going to be incredible, so I got to watch it, but yeah, Hellraiser, I just was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll check this out. I'll finally do it, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, sweet.
Nice.
Good stuff. So that was basically... I don't think I missed anything. I think that was it. I was still so shell-shocked about the computers that I just couldn't do anything else.
Very good.
Yeah. You're welcome.
The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Super Bowl last week.
Yeah.
So they had the episode on early, which we had discussed, but
we didn't realize it till it was too late. Yeah.
So we watched it, and now we're going to talk about episode 4. 5?
5.
5.
I think it was 5.
The Last of Us.
Yeah, they're in some city, American city, Kansas? I don't know. I don't know where they are. It's some city. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
They're all the same. They're interchangeable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Calgary.
Yeah. They drive in, then they drive their truck into the city, and then they get ambushed, and then they lose their truck, and now they're getting captured by people.
Well, we think anyways. Well, I mean, I didn't think they were bad guys. They were getting... At the end of the last episode when they're sleeping...
Yep.
I was like, well, these are obviously not the bad guys.
Yeah.
So it ends up being, what's his name? Henry?
Yeah, Henry and his kid.
Henry and his brother.
His brother.
Yes. They're wanted criminals, or Henry is.
Yeah.
What's the kid's name? Sid or something like that? I can't remember. So they find Joel and Ellie, and they're like, you know what? We're going to work together. We see throughout the episode about how Henry and his brother have been surviving. Sam. And we see, like, Henry saw when Ellie and Joel crashed and how Joel killed the bad, in air quotes, bad guys. I don't think they're really bad, but whatever.
Nah, they're not really bad.
So he's like, yeah, they're just, I don't know, whatever. In all these shows, it's different factions. I hate that shit. But anyways, they're like, I want to get out of here. I'm being hunted by them. You're being hunted by them. Let's work together and get out of here.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
Yeah, and in order to do that, they have to go through some underground tunnels.
Yeah.
Where the infected have been pushed into.
Yeah, it sounds
quote,
like
unquote.
BS to me.
Yeah,
but...
the army showed up or whatever.
Well,
whoever showed up and pushed,
it was
Fedra. Fedra showed up, pushed all the guys, all the mushroom
infected
people
down.
underground.
Yeah. So the whole story of this city is like Fedra was in control. The resistance like killed everyone in Fedra, and now it's like the regular, in air quotes, people are in charge, and they're rounding up the people that were like the rats that sold people out to Fedra for like medicine or whatever. And then we find out later that Henry killed like the leader of the resistance to get leukemia medicine for his brother.
Yeah,
because he had leukemia. Is that how leukemia works? I guess they can't really do chemotherapy like radiation therapy.
No,
it's just pills, right?
Drugs, yeah.
Yeah. So Sam is fine, whatever. So like we're gonna escape out of here, and they have to go through these tunnels where all the zombies. I said zombies again. Have been pushed, but he knows secretly there's no one in the tunnels.
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
Yeah. They have to go into a tunnel underneath a bank, and that'll take them
like through the maintenance
zone.
tunnel. Yeah.
And it looks like everyone had just gone underground at the start of this.
Yeah.
To hopefully ride it out. So there was a lot of there was like a school almost.
Yeah, like a safe
across.
house basically, where they had like school and like whatever. Oh yeah, Henry's brother is deaf, so there are a lot of sign language and stuff going on with this because he can't talk. But Joel's like apprehensive with them. Ellie's like, I got a friend, even though he's deaf. That's fine. We can be pals.
Yeah, they bond a lot in this episode.
And I mean, I know Ellie's supposed to be like 14 in this episode. She's supposed to be 14 in the show, I think, or something like that. They were playing it a little younger than 14, I thought, but maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just because she's like been more sheltered or something like that.
Probably.
So, but whatever. They get through the tunnels. They're in the suburbs, and it's like, oh, you know, we've escaped.
We're safe. We can yell as much as we want.
But there's a sniper. Somehow, the sniper knows where they're going to be, waiting for them.
He might not have known where they were going to be, but...
Well, okay, maybe he just hoped they were going to come that way.
Yeah.
But he was working with the resistance people, because he starts sniping at him, and Joel's like, well, this guy's obviously a terrible shot. I'm going to run around, sneak in, take him out, and then you can come up, right? So Joel goes around. It's an old geezer in the thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, put down the gun. We're going to take your gun. We'll let you live. Just whatever. And the guy's like thinking about it, and Joel's like, no, please don't. Please don't. So the guy tries to swing the gun around, and Joel blows him away. But then he finds he had a walkie-talkie or whatever, and you find out he's working with her, and she's like, okay, just delay them a bit. We're coming up now. We're going to get him.
Yeah.
Because somehow they knew where Henry was going to be leaving the city, somehow.
They probably had scouts all around.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess so, but I don't know the exact route. Anyways.
I mean, it's just luck.
It's very video gamey. Again, it's very video gamey. So they're running down the road. I could just picture it in the game. Joel's in the window like, ka-chow, 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 trying to shoot the... I mean, maybe it's not like that in the game. I don't know. But I pictured it very video gamey.
He doesn't try and shoot anyone yet.
Well, he's trying to shoot the driver out of the truck.
Yeah.
So I can picture you doing that in the game.
Yeah,
like the truck's barreling down at her.
her.
So he shoots out the truck crashes, then the other guys come and they're kind of pinned down, and then they're getting just Henry's like, you know, let the kids go, and she's like, no, you killed my brother, you dirty rat, I'm going to kill you and your brother, and they're dead too, so just come on out, we'll make it fast. She's got his gun, he comes out, she's got her gun on him, and you can hear all of a sudden in the background like the truck is falling into the ground. Something's happened, there's an explosion. And they're like, well, what the hell? So then we find out, oh, yeah, the pulsating ground they found was because there's like all the undead, all the zombie boys. I said zombie again. All the mushroom men are underground, and they just come swarming up and just override them.
Yeah. They sure do.
Yeah. And then it's like...
And then Joel goes straight into action, just shooting.
He's just firing around, protecting Ellie.
Yeah.
You know, just shooting all the mushroom men that are coming after or whatever. She hides into a truck where she snuck through the window or whatever. That one little baby mushroom lady that climbed in the truck after her and was doing her weird like flips and shit was very disturbing, I thought. I don't know if it was a real little girl that they had do that or if it was CGI. If it was CGI, it was very good because it looked very real to me.
Yeah.
But she's like doing weird like flips in the back seat and stuff like that. Very disturbing.
Very.
But they finally, get away. Ellie has to like rescue Henry and Sam. They're under a truck. She stabs some mushroom men and they make their dash. But somehow the woman just happens to be where they're going again.
Yeah.
Got the gun out. And rather than just blowing them away, she has to make it all dramatic and like draw a bead and everything. But then the little mushroom girl comes and jumps up and bites her and she's dead. And then they can run away. But yeah, it was, and then the Juggernaut Mushroom Man comes out and is like ripping a guy's head off, and it was like, okay, this is the bullet sponge enemy.
Yeah,
I really liked the episode and I really liked the show, but I just can't remove the video game-ness away from it. You know, as I watch it, I'm like, oh yeah, I see how they would have done this in the game. I don't know. It's just the way I am for this show.
I mean, yeah, that seemed kind of video gamey in this episode anyway.
Yeah,
I haven't really been thinking about that as I'm watching it though.
I just was, as Joel's firing from the window, I could just picture Ellie running down below and you have to shoot this little mushroom man as she's running around. I just was like, yeah, okay. Again, I don't know if that's what's in the game. Like I
mean, that's probably 100% what's in the game.
I don't know, like
how that section works in that game.
Maybe, but like they've changed so much. Like the whole thing with what's their name in the previous episode, the gay guys. Like, you don't see anything of their life. That's not in the game. Yeah. You just meet a crazy man that's with you for a while.
Yeah. Well, you know when you're watching it what part is in the game and what parts aren't.
But still. Yeah. Like, maybe they just thought of this later as a cool escape from New York. Or maybe in the game they just drive through, like, a bunch of roadblocks or something. Like, I don't know. But then it gets to them. They're sort of safe in a motel, hotel, whatever. I guess it's a motor inn. Which reminded me of... You probably haven't played it. The Walking Dead zombie Telltale game. There's a part where they're in a motel, like just like that.
I've seen the part.
I was like, wow, that reminded me of that a lot. But anyways, you know, Ellie and Sam have their own room and they're having a little heart to heart. And Sam's like, "Are you still you when you're a mushroom man?" And Ellie, you know, whatever. He shows that he's bitten, and Ellie seems to think like, you know, don't worry, my blood is medicine. I'll fix you right up. And she cuts her hand and smears her blood on his leg. And I was like, is that how it works?
Maybe.
I mean, she is. I'm like, that's not how it works. Like, what is she doing? They're like, well, she's 14.
Yeah.
She doesn't know anything. Yeah. So anyways, they wake up in the morning. He's turned into a mushroom man, attacks Ellie. They break through the door. The mushroom boy is on top of Ellie, and Henry grabs the gun, and, you know, Joel's like going to go rescue Ellie from the mushroom boy. And he shoots at his feet like, dance for me, cowboy. And then he blows away Sam, and then he's kind of like, well, what did I do? Like, you know, I killed Sam.
Yep.
And he's pointing his gun at Joel. You know, I know he's not going to shoot Joel, but...
yeah, well, you know that.
He does kill himself, you know, very, you know. And I thought the acting in this scene was great, especially with Bella playing Ellie. Like, they didn't show him shooting himself, but they showed her reaction. Yeah. Which I thought was very good.
Oh, yeah, it was a really good scene. Really powerful, really emotional, for sure.
So, and then they're like, she's kind of like, well, they bury them. And then she's like, all right, which way do we go now? Let's get the fuck out of here. And they head off. Yeah. But I thought it was a good episode. Lots of good acting. They had to convey a lot of emotion between Henry and Sam with no speech. Yeah. Which I thought they did a very good job of.
Yes, very good.
So I liked the episode a lot.
Yeah, and the way Sam communicated with Ellie was
his little what are those things called?
It's like a little 80s thing where
I think they still make them.
Yeah, you have like a piece of cellophane and then a black plasticky sticky thing, and you would write, and the black would stick to the cellophane and it would make words.
I remember using those when I was a kid. You just pull it up and you could draw something and just like
so he always had one of those wrapped around his neck, and that's how he would communicate with people who didn't know sign language, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. And Ellie was trying to learn sign language, you know. Yeah. They figured they were going to be together for the long haul, and Joel at first was apprehensive, like, okay, well, when we're out of the city, you go your way, I'll go our way. Like, he said some bad stuff to Henry, like, I don't work with rats, because he sold out the people to Fedra. But then, you know, Henry told him the extenuating circumstances, like, yeah, I did it, I'm the bad guy, but like Sam was dying, like he needed the medicine, so I did what I had to do. And he's like, I know Ellie's not your daughter, but I can tell you had a daughter, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And
I can tell you've been a father.
Yeah, so Joel's like, oh yeah, okay, you got me. So when they're finally out, he's like, I got a new pal. Like, yeah, I guess if you want to come with us.
It's fine.
I mean, Ellie could use a friend, I guess. So, but yeah, it ends on note of them being alone again. Which I mean, the Last of Us. Gee, I wonder if they're going to be a big party by the end of the show. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah, still enjoying it. Still good. Nothing has been like
egregious
or like just like what was the point, or like, you know, I didn't like how that worked out, or anything. Everything's been good.
Yeah.
So I'll continue enjoying.
Yes, so will I, and we will continue to talk about it.
I don't know how many episodes are left. 2 or 3, something like that.
I'm not entirely sure.
But like, it's going to end like perfect time for Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah.
Well, that starts on March 1st, I think.
Oh, nice.
So
there you go.
It's coming up shortly.
Yeah, I was browsing Disney Plus trying to find the previews for everything, and they've taken them off.
No, they're there, because they just put up the trailer for. I just saw the trailer for something that was just added. Maybe it was Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Maybe.
It was very prominently displayed on the splash screen.
Oh, yeah, because normally you would just scroll down to see what was coming. You get like those 5 or 6.
Oh, I see what you're
previews,
saying.
like,
Yeah, I don't really look at those.
Those aren't there anymore.
I don't look.
They took them off.
I don't look
why.
at those. So, but no, they definitely had the Quantumania one.
Yeah.
Very prominently displayed. So
yeah,
I have no interest in that one.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I've only heard bad things. I'm gonna watch it anyway. So
I probably won't.
It's free.
I probably won't watch
When it's free.
Free in air quotes.
Yep.
At this point, we usually do Game Club.
Yeah, but we're gonna do a new format for Game Club. We're gonna push it to the end. Because it's gonna be, and that way it doesn't interrupt the flow of the podcast. Because we're gonna be interacting with chat a lot more if you're live.
Yeah, watching us live on twitch.tv/StreamVoid Pod.
Yes.
Or YouTube or Facebook.
Because we do have
or
people.
Kick? No, not Kick.
We do have people that are going to be contributing now.
They're actually playing along with us.
Like a real Game Club. Not just us.
Wow, I can't believe it. I mean, whatever. We're the most too important anyways.
I suppose.
Very good.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and talk about patreon.com/StreamVoidPod. For just $1 a month, you can get in there. You can throw some money at the screen, or, you know, throw it virtually down the fiber optic lines and help support this podcast. And our other podcast, Weebus Plebus, which is an anime podcast. We talk about anime and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For just $1 a month, you can get in there and get all access to the bonus content. We do bonus videos. You can get access to the podcast early. You can get Frank picks. Yeah. You can't get Frank picks. There's no Frank picks. But
should be, though, I think.
You get the pre-stream content. You get the post-stream content. And you get it all early. You get it tonight, Sunday, when we're recording this, rather than on Wednesday, when you would normally get it on your podcatcher.
Crazy deal. All for $1 a month.
All for $1 a month.
It's incredible.
Yes, it is. All right, let's talk about the news.
Okay.
Pretty big news right here. YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki.
I'm gonna let you work this one out.
Susan
W.
Susan W.
at gmail.com.
After 9 years of being CEO of YouTube.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what could you possibly do after 9 years at YouTube?
I don't know.
I mean,
9 years of YouTube and 24 years at Google.
That's a long time.
Yes, she was the 16th employee of Google.
She's got a lot of money. We know this already.
Yes.
Like a lot of money.
Yes.
I don't need to know anymore. But
don't.
What could you possibly do at YouTube as CEO for 9 years?
I don't know.
Be like, we should add playlists. Like, what could you possibly be doing as CEO of Google?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I don't know what a CEO does. I'm not a CEO.
They do jack shit. They just say, like, fire some guys. Make a list of guys you want to fire. Okay, done. Okay, fire them. The end. I'm wondering if they're... Jeez. Frank, like, I don't know what he just did there. Sneezed or something?
Had a big sneeze.
Scared the shit out of me. I hope the next CEO is like, we got to work on our live streaming service.
Yeah.
Let's get it up, like, to par at least with the other Twitch, you know?
That would be nice.
But who knows? Maybe the next guy that comes in is like, fuck streaming. Let's get that Real Player YouTube add-on going.
A Real Player.
Yeah, dude. Classic terrible video player from the early 2000s.
Yep.
God, just terrible. Yeah. I can't imagine. Like, okay, she worked for Google for 20-something years. Like, you couldn't have had enough money after working there for 10 years as, like, the 16th person working at Google.
16th person there.
Imagine how much she had in stock options.
She's retiring from Google.
Yeah, but why work for that long?
Why not? Maybe she enjoyed her job.
Nah, I mean, I'd enjoy my job if I was a CEO too, but like, I don't know, dude. If I had that much money, you'd never see me again. I'd be like, bye. I'm in the Bahamas every day.
Google was started in her garage.
No, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's...
the Googler #1 and Googler #2 and in her garage started Google.
So she's like fucking loaded. She's got mad money, dude.
Does now.
No, she did before too. She had that much. She had lots of money 10 years ago too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Before she became CEO of YouTube.
So whatever.
100%.
Anyways, hopefully it improves their streaming situation.
That's what we can hope for.
That's all I care about.
Good luck.
They're
Susan.
slowly doing it. She doesn't need any good luck. Save your good luck
on her.
Save your good luck for yourself. Yeah. Hopefully they just do something. They're slowly making changes to make it better.
Yes, they are.
You can clip a YouTube channel now.
Wow.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. That came in a little while ago.
They need to reduce the amount of time watched to become an affiliate.
Yeah.
Or maybe have a separate streaming thing. Like right now they have views, hours watched,
Yep.
followers, and views on YouTube Shorts. Maybe they can have something with like Twitch with consecutive, like connected viewers, you know? Like you get, if you have 7 viewers over the course of like 10 streams over the course of a month, then you can get in. But right now it's a little extreme.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's very extreme.
Whatever.
Yes. Speaking of extreme,
Uh-huh.
Apex Legends, I don't know about this title. Apex Legend hits a new peak player count thanks to Team Deathmatch.
Well, it's just exactly what it means.
Is it thanks to Team Deathmatch though?
Well, it's this new like season.
I've heard that people are having problems finding 6 people to play Team Deathmatch.
Well, but like
with.
that was the same thing when like that fucking what's that buying one, the league, like Valorant style 3v3 mode. That was all fucked up when it launched too.
You mean the one that is Team Deathmatch?
No, not
Arenas?
Team Deathmatch. Arenas.
Arenas is Team Deathmatch.
No. Team Deathmatch is Team Deathmatch. Arenas is not Team Deathmatch.
It's kind of Team Deathmatch.
No, that's like Valorant.
They go
Played by
in,
Paul Rudd.
they kill each other in a match.
Yeah, but
to
do you
the death.
respawn in that? In the same round? Not the same round.
Not the same round. No, there's a new round.
Team Deathmatch is not the same as Arenas.
Anyway, they're having from what I've heard, they're having problems with like even filling teams.
Yeah, but that was the same as when Arenas started. It was all fucked up.
Was it?
Yeah, dude, I remember watching you and it'd be like, oh, there's no one on my team this time.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Every time one of these modes in Apex
but why
launches.
You'd think they would have ironed out the kinks because it's literally the same, just add 3 more people.
It's not the
But
same.
you can't 6 stack. It literally is the same.
You respawn,
They have the same maps. Well, you respawn, yes, but it's like just
the
putting
same
3
maps.
more people in there.
Yeah, but also you respawn.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's still like the same. It's like it's another mode.
Okay.
Why couldn't they use the same code from the first mode to make it so all 6 players join the fucking game?
But I mean, okay, yeah, maybe, but like, I don't know. Anyways, I don't know how games are built.
No, I don't know either.
Maybe you're right and I'm wrong, but it seems like it's a little harder than that. Also, this is like built on the world's shittiest engine with 15 like seasons of bullshit added on top, layers upon layers, like a moldy onion now. So they're trying to pack all this shit in. Anyways,
yeah, you would think too that they would add 6 stacking instead of just 3 stacks, but
well, that
have,
exactly.
3 other people try and get in. Like, wouldn't you want to play 6 people with your friends? Like, how are they supposed to make this competitive?
Well, they're working on it, iterating. You know. It was probably not quite fully done when they launched it. It was probably like, oh yeah, the season's launching, so you're done today. Which is what they do anyways. You know, when the arenas came out, they changed it as they go and work on it and everything. So anyways, this is the new peak player count high.
610,433 players.
No Mikey T in that list.
Didn't play it at all.
Oh my god.
I was not 600. What did I say? 610,430.
Still too busy playing Craft the World. What's it called?
What?
It's Fortnite.
It's Fortnite? I haven't played that in a while. I've just been playing.
Oh, Dead Cells?
Dead Cells and my new love game.
Outer Worlds?
Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Which
I know, it's crazy.
Weird, eh?
Speaking of Apex, I saw some guy on Reddit had posted a picture like, I was taking down my posters and like, who the hell is this guy? And it was like a poster from Apex Season 5 or something like that. And it had this character. It was like a dude and he's wearing like metal armor and shit. And it was like, do you remember Forge?
Oh yeah, Forge.
Yeah, the guy that Revenant killed, who was not a real character, even though they made all the stuff that he was like a real character. Yeah, it was a Forge poster. They even printed posters of this guy to just have him killed.
Got him.
So I don't know. You think eventually they'll just be like, oh yeah, we're adding Forge?
Maybe. Who
like,
knows?
do you think it'll end up being like League of Legends, where it's just like, yeah, he was killed, but that's okay.
Yeah.
He can still fight.
I'm sure that this peak player count isn't because of Team Deathmatch, but because of how they've changed.
It's the whole thing.
All the character classes. And,
it's the whole thing. The hype is higher up. I'm not saying Team Deathmatch is why, obviously. Yeah. That doesn't.
That's just what the article says.
Yeah, but it's Kotaku's article, so of course. But that didn't hinder their numbers.
No, definitely.
And I'm sure a lot of people that are falling out would be like, "Oh, Team Deathmatch is there?
Give it a try.
Check it out.
Give it a try."
So, yeah, I didn't check it out.
No, me neither.
I haven't played. I almost said Fortnite. I haven't played Apex in a long time.
I will probably play Apex at some point again.
Just not this point?
Just not at this point. Maybe in between, trying not to do everything in Outer Worlds.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later, but yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. All right, next up,
Uh-huh.
let's talk about Hogwarts Legacy. Okay, Alexa. Alexa just picked up.
Why did she start talking?
I don't know, Alexa.
Alexa, shut the fuck up. How about that?
Hogwarts Legacy Streamer brought to tears after Twitch chat harassment.
Yes.
So this is Girlfriend Reviews.
Yes.
Who is a prominent YouTuber.
Yes.
And,
well, isn't it two of them?
Yeah, her and her boyfriend.
Yes. They're not married yet? It should be
wife
reviews.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. But they have a pretty funny channel. I enjoy their reviews.
I've watched something they did. Not enough for me to go back and watch more, but
I have. I'm subscribed. But they got a review copy. They were playing day one.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of hate that came in the chat for them supporting J.K. Rowling, whatever her name is.
Yeah. That's
really,
her name.
Yeah.
J.K.
just destroyed them. And they're like the Wiener Boys just went in and just reported them for everything that they possibly could. Their Reddit got shut down, and other stuff.
Well, I mean, at the Reddit could be like they would post something on the Reddit that it's easy to get a Reddit shut down. You just go in and make a post there that's like illegal to Reddit terms of service and report your own post. Yeah, I mean, anyways, the whole Hogwarts thing is so stupid.
Yes.
So we have a friend on Twitch that is trans.
Yes.
And they came into my chat and I was like, "Oh, I'd like to get your take on this." Like I'm just a dumb white guy from Canada with terrible takes. But you're like, "This is your life, whatever." So what is your take on it? And her take was, like, I separated the art from the artist. She didn't make this game. She might have made the world.
Yeah.
But she didn't make this game.
Sure didn't.
So if you want to play the game, it's fine. I don't remember if she said she was going to play it or not. But it was just like, I think it's stupid that people are doing this, basically.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing, too, with all this whole situation. It's not it's the vocal minority with everything.
Yes.
It's not everybody. It's
it
like
sure
the very like vocalists are the ones that always bring the attention to it,
Yep.
So, yeah, I think going around and harassing someone about this is so stupid. Like,
yeah, it's ridiculous, especially in the way that these people have done it to Girlfriend Reviews, where they just all the harassment, all the getting them shut down. Like,
so, like, what if you're a trans person playing this on Twitch?
It's probably fine.
No, I bet you they come in and call you a traitor and stuff like that. Like,
probably.
So,
especially since and Girlfriend Reviews, they were doing a charity stream for a charity like that supports trans people.
So, J.K. Rowling, the stuff she said was whatever, but I didn't think it was that bad what she said. But she's sort of doubled down on it now, and being like, she's like baiting them by saying, like she posted like, I don't actually know what turf means. I think it's something about how you were born and assigned a gender at birth and you just went with it. I think. I don't know. But she posted something on Twitter like Mary Turf Miss one time. And it's like, okay, like, why don't you just not do stuff like that?
Shut up. It's already bad enough.
Like, maybe maybe what you said in the past wasn't that controversial or bad, but you're just making it worse.
Yeah, don't double down on that.
So
you already know what you did. I mean, people in Twitter, like with the, I don't know.
Yeah, Twitter's like the worst thing in the world. I mean, I don't like Harry Potter. If I liked Harry Potter and I wanted to play this game, I'd play it. I feel that if I was like a trans person, I would be like, that's fine. You want to play it? Like when I hear people listening to like Chris Brown music or like Michael Jackson, I don't think like, oh yeah, you're supporting like a woman beater and a pedophile. It's just like, okay, you enjoy the music of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not like harassing them to be like, I can't believe you're listening to Michael Jackson. Do you know he touched those little boys and everything like that?
Yeah.
It's just separating the art from the artist. And like, yeah, I hate to say it, but like pretty much everybody that's famous is like a sack of shit.
That's how they got famous.
Like if you like, you know, there's some that have the better PR and stuff like that, but they're all just, you know, narcissistic turds.
Yeah.
And I wish I was one. Can't wait till I'm famous. So.
And then your narcissistic turdism will be warranted.
Oh, do I already have it? Damn, I didn't realize. I need to be knocked down a couple pegs, I guess. Do I really seem to have narcissistic tendencies?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I'm too ugly to be a narcissist. So, anyways, if you play Hogwarts, I'm cool with it. But if you say I got Hogwarts, it sounds like you got an STD.
Yes. Speaking of STDs.
Yeah.
Diablo 4 open beta.
Uh-huh.
Coming in March.
Why speaking of STDs?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. The article is like, hey, pre-purchase for early access to the open beta. And I'm like,
okay.
That's not an open beta. That's a closed beta.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, in theory, it's open to everybody. All you have to do is buy the game.
All you have to do is buy the game.
Yeah.
Well, open beta is open beta. Like,
I mean, it probably
is
is like early access to open beta, if I had to guess. So
yeah,
it probably is you play it for like a week early.
You get a week, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's not anything new or exciting. Like,
no, I mean,
I had to buy a whole totally different game to play the Halo 3 beta. I had to buy Crackdown to play it. So, yeah, I don't know. Do I care about Diablo 4? I enjoyed what I played in Diablo 3, but I played it on console.
Diablo 3 was Diablo 3. I enjoyed my Diablo 1 time and my Diablo 2 time.
Well, I can't go back to those two. They're too archaic.
Yes.
They're too archaic.
I mean, if
me.
there's an open beta coming, I might fire it up to see what it's all about if I got time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a terrible take. But I don't like to play with keyboard and mouse.
You sure don't.
Play it on console.
Maybe I should install it on the old Decorino and see.
Can you use the Blizzard launcher on the?
Yeah, sure can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can install WoW.
I can get.
Wait,
I have.
Oh, did you?
I've played WoW with
What?
a controller. Yeah, because Dawn Dawn Daddy wanted to see what that was at.
And
TJ Yellow.
And how did that go?
That was great.
Really?
It was actually. I was like, man, I should have been playing with controller all along.
No way.
It's so
Get
nice.
out of town.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy. Did you try like anything actually besides open world? Like you didn't do a dungeon?
No, I just wandered around. And
Imagine doing a raid. Oh, we wiped. Oh, I'm playing on Steam Deck. Insta-kick.
Yeah, the controller support is really janky. Like you have to go in and you have to like do command lines to get to rebind everything.
We must have talked about this then, because I remember you saying that before.
It's pretty janky, but yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if Diablo 4 and I can play it on the deck, great.
And it's like not monetized to death?
Yeah. I mean, it won't be. Shouldn't. Well, I can't.
It'll be monetized.
It will probably will be. I mean, Real Money Auction House in Diablo 3?
Yeah, but that's gone.
I know it's gone.
But is there monetization in Diablo 3? Like, I don't know.
Well, doesn't Blizzard take like a percentage of your auctions when you're doing the real money auction?
Well, yeah, when you were, that was in the game, but that was removed like 6 months after the game came out.
Yeah.
That's been gone forever.
Yeah.
But like, I mean now, can you log in and be like, give me a pair of angel wings for my guy, like cosmetics or something?
I don't think so.
Or is there a battle pass? Or like, I don't know. I only played it on the Xbox 360, and there was none of that shit in there. It was just like, here's the full game, enjoy.
Yeah, we played on, I played on PlayStation 4, and that was all of that.
But who knows what Diablo 4 is, right?
Yeah.
So, well, I don't think it's coming to Game Pass.
No?
Well, they don't own Activision yet.
Yeah.
So, but even then, like, will it come to Game Pass?
I don't know.
If it comes to Game Pass, no doubt I'll play it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, no, I shouldn't say that. If it comes to Xbox Game Pass, then I'll play it. Because I don't want to play with a controller or a mouse and keyboard.
I have to play with the controller then.
Yeah, but like, if it has native support, sure. But if it's like some mapping thing, like at first they had in Path of Exile, like the first time I played PC Path of Exile, you had to install this like mod to do it, and it was terrible. It was just like they mapped the mouse to the fucking the analog stick.
Well,
terrible.
We all played Diablo 3 on console, so I would imagine Diablo 4 is also coming to console.
Yeah, but Diablo 3 didn't come to console till like 2 years later.
Oh.
It wasn't like a launch thing.
That was a long time ago. I don't remember.
I remember because, first of all, I have a good memory. And second of all, I've been listening to these old-ass podcasts. And then I'm hearing them talk about all these old-ass games. So,
yeah.
I will keep an eye out on Diablo
Very good.
4. But not Diablo Immortal.
No. Lastly, in our news
That's it?
section.
This is the end already?
The Division 2 new season delayed because the devs broke the game.
Yeah, this is some Apex Legends type shit right here.
Yeah.
They were working on the new season. They were getting ready to put it out, and something happened where it broke. It seems like it's their internal, like patching kit or something. I don't know. Where they can't update the game to the new season. So the season's been delayed. But it also broke their ability to, like, update the current season. So they can't even, like, add a new event or anything. They just have to let it run as is until they fix it. So they've been working on it to get it going again. That's pretty fucked up. That's a pretty big thing. You think it was some junior programmer who's like, I'll push these updates. Oopsie poopsie.
Junior programmer.
Yeah. I haven't played the Division 2 in a long time, but I did enjoy it when I played it. But that sucks that you can just... Usually when something like that happens, they're just like, oh, we're going to do a rollback. We're rollbacking the servers. Sorry, you're going to lose a day's worth of progress, but we'll give you, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Space bucks in return. And this time they're just like, yeah, we really fucked it up. Sorry. Or who knows, maybe it's their secret way of being like, oh, we can't fix it. Well,
guess we're shutting it down.
Guess we'll just work on the Division 3 now. Yeah, very, very crazy. I don't remember. I think Destiny did something like that too before. I seem to remember they had something where they fucked it up for a while too.
They've broken some stuff.
Yeah. It's crazy how like robust yet fragile these games are.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we fucked it up. How did we fuck it up?
Forgot a semicolon somewhere.
I don't know how we fucked it up. We have to figure out what the fuck happened.
They probably forgot a semicolon somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Just completely nuked the
code.
code.
Oh, I see what happened here. He used BASIC on this section of the programming. Go to line 13 trillion? What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, imagine a game that big built on BASIC. Holy shit.
I don't think BASIC doesn't even have the correct things to do that.
Yeah, probably not.
You can't do sprites with BASIC.
But maybe you could. If you just did enough lines.
No.
That's the answer for everything. If you do enough lines.
You're
everything
doing okay.
Works. Exactly. Did you ever play the Division 2?
No. I think I own it.
I definitely own it on Xbox.
Did I buy it?
It was for sale for like $6 or something like that.
I think I might have bought it on Epic for $2.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
I was like,
and you never tried it?
I played a little of the Division 1.
Okay. The Division 2 is more of the same.
Yes.
I find the enemies are really bullet spongy in it. Like, you'll fire like 12,000 rounds into a guy.
Yeah, it feels weird. Like, that guy's in the tank top.
Yeah.
There, and you put 1,000 rounds into him.
You just don't know the stats of the tank top, though.
No, you definitely don't know the
problem.
Stats of the tank top.
It's like got Kevlar lining.
It must. I hit him in the head.
That-
He's got no helmet. It's
That was
fine.
the thing that was going on in Cyberpunk last night. It was like I found like Kevlar boots or something like that, increased my armor. It's like, what are people shooting at my toes?
Well, I mean, you're crouching by a truck.
No, I'm
Someone's
not
gonna
crouching.
shoot
I
your
gotta
feet.
hit tab to do that. There's no crouching. I was gonna be stealthy, but as soon as I was like, I have to hold tab to crouch, I guess I'm going guns blazing. So, yeah, I liked the Division when I played. It was fun-ish. It's like a looter shooter. It's like Diablo.
I was deep into Destiny when the Division came out, so when I tried it, I was like, meh,
Yeah,
it's not Destiny.
with your little pea shooter in Division. Pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop, 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 pop.
Like, give me the Telesto or something like that.
Oh God, no,
Galahorn.
no. There's a joke on American Dad about the Galahorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it's not even a joke really. There's just a scene where they come downstairs and Klaus is playing PlayStation. He's like, this week Zur is selling the Galahorn for his prestige shards, so you should go to Zur and whatever pick it up. And he's just like, you don't hear what his like person on his headset says. He's like, well, get the fucking shards.
That's hilarious.
It was just like, what? That is such a weird and random thing.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
That's going
a
to bring us to the end of the news segment,
that's
I guess.
short news week.
Yeah, we didn't.
I mean,
we only got 1 page of notes here, so this wasn't much
February.
that happened.
I mean, it's February. Like, coming up shortly is going to be like leading into E3, and then there's going to be like all the press conferences, Microsoft, Sony, all that shit. So there'll be lots of news coming up soon.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's coming up soon. Lots of hot game releases are coming. Like May is going to be Redfall, which I'm really interested in playing. Do you remember Redfall?
No.
That's the like cooperative shooter. That's like you're in a town, you're teenagers, but there's like vampires and shit.
yeah. That one
It's not the Blood Elevator one, if you remember that one. I don't think that's...
Blood Elevator?
Well, there was one trailer we watched where there was like all these superpowers and they called an elevator and it was like a blood elevator. I don't think that was Redfall. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
But it looks like it's kind of like Borderlands-y, but co-op-y, and it looks really fun. So
Nice.
yeah, and then Atomic Heart comes out tomorrow.
Oh.
Atomic Hearts?
Only
Atomic
16 gigs of RAM needed.
It's on Game Pass.
Nice.
So I might try that out.
You might
I watched.
dabble?
Well, I watched a video of it, and it looks kind of like Borderlands, but then the way they're talking, it sounds like it's level based, like not like open world. Whereas it'll be like you select your mission and you just go to that map, which doesn't really do it for me. But I don't know. I might check it out.
Nice.
So
Do it.
so now we're gonna do Game Club.
Yeah, now we'll do Game Club.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, each week we talk about a level or a segment or a timed interval of a game, and then we discuss it between us and between you guys in the chat. If you want to join us live and have your experiences read out on the stream and we can discuss about them, you can head on over to twitch.tv/StreamVoid Pod. And if you can't make it live, then every week there will be a Discord thread about the chapter. And you can post your experiences there, and we'll talk
questions,
about those as well.
whatever,
or questions or whatever. Yeah. So every when it gets closer to the podcast, I will put a new thread in the Discord, and there's a link down below to the Purple Room Studios Discord, and you can get in there and talk about your experiences on the chapter that we are currently playing.
Yes.
So because we are doing the Outer Worlds, we are doing it by main storyline quest. So as much faffing around as you want to do, but only up until you complete the first quest.
Which, first main story quest.
Yeah, first main story.
Because there's lots of quests.
There's lots of quests.
Yes.
Let me start off by saying, I'm enjoying this game a lot.
Me too.
I'm having a really hard time putting it down.
Me too. And I don't know if it's just because we're coming off of a game we both didn't like, even though we're on the wrong side of history with.
Yeah.
The Plague Tale Requiem. But like this is just like a breath of fresh air.
Oh, yes.
So I will say I have played this whole first section before.
Yeah?
Well, when it came out, it was on Game Pass. So I did play it on stream.
Yes, I remember now.
But I was bullied by my chat to be evil. So they're like, kill that guy. And I kind of did it. And then it kind of like ruined the experience for me.
Yeah.
But I did play through the whole... I didn't do all the side stuff and everything, but I did like get off the planet.
Yeah.
And that a little bit into the next section as well. But that was like 2 years ago. So like I remembered, but I didn't really remember.
Yeah.
And, it's been updated and stuff since then. So it's sort of like, a a better experience overall.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Well, I'll mention this now anyways. I was going to say Cyberpunk. There's 2 choices in that one you can play with ray tracing on or off.
Yeah.
I turned it off because it was 30 frames a second with ray tracing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll do performance and take 60, get rid of the ray tracing. Still looks great, but not as good.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. So in true kind of Fallout style fashion.
Yeah.
Because this game is made by the people who made Fallout
New Vegas, yeah.
Character creation happens, at the start.
Yeah.
During the storyline.
Yeah.
Where you are getting woken up on a
cryogenic sleep of a frontier ship, basically.
Yeah, a colony ship
that's been lost. Well, you find out later it's been lost for like 80 years or something like
75, 80 years, somewhere around there.
So what's his name? Phineas?
Yeah, Phineas, I believe.
He is like trying to rescue us off the ship, but he only has time to rescue one person, and it's me.
Yeah, wow.
I was rescued. So he escapes the like space police and takes us to whatever. I don't know where. We're in an asteroid field or something. I don't even know. I guess we're orbiting the planet we're above. I can't even remember the name of this planet.
I think we're pretty far away because no one's ever seen or heard of this ship in 70 years.
Well, the frontier ship. But I mean, once he's rescued us, he takes us to the planet that we're on.
Yeah.
Because he ejects us out of the space pod.
Yeah. So we get injected with a concoction of drugs that are meant to keep our 80, 100-year-old body functioning.
Yeah.
But there aren't any more of those drugs. So he's tasked us with going out and finding those drugs.
I missed that part. I didn't know. That's why we were doing this.
Oh, yeah. So we could get the rest of the people off the colony ship.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Them.
I thought he was just defrosting us.
So tell me about your character.
Okay. Well, I'm a lady character because I'm always a lady.
Of course.
My original thing was I wasn't sure like how I was going to play it. I streamed it when I did it. So I pulled up a D&D alignment chart and I went through all the listings to be like what I was going to be, because usually when I play these sort of morality type games, I'll play as a good guy.
Yeah.
And then I'll play a second time as like the bad guy, because the bad guy's choices are usually, well, historically when I would play a game like this, the bad guy choices are usually funnier.
Yep.
So like in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, it'd be good, and then the second time it'd be like, yes, I'll agree with whatever HK-47 says. So I was kind of like, well, what kind of character? So I'm kind of playing it like I'm looking out for myself and my friends, and I will be lawful, sort of like, I'll sort of be like, go with the side of law, except I'm anti-corpo. So fuck the corporations, because this game, everyone is like like, what's that movie? Idiocracy? Everyone is like an Idiocracy.
Yeah.
Where they're stupid as hell, and it's like, oh, you're feeling sick? Well, go to work, because the harder you work, the better you'll feel.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Brawndo has nutrients or electrolytes that plants crave. So I'm like, fuck the corporation. I'm going to go anti-corp, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll work for them, but if I have a way to screw them over, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way I've been. And my stats are just, I don't even really remember what I did for my stats. More like guns with sort of using my personality for like conversation choices and stuff like that. What's your character like?
So my name's Johnny.
Oh,
on Earth, I went to school to be a medical doctor.
That's right. You can choose your different roles.
Yeah.
I'm a dirt farmer.
Yeah. I went to school to be a medical doctor, but it's tough out there. Pay back student loans. I was a barista.
Oh yeah. Oh, barista. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So my intelligence is max.
Okay. Wow. Holy. So you're like 2 on everything except max intelligence?
No, I'm 2 on dexterity, 1 on something else, and then max intelligence.
Wow. My character's name is Vanessa. I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, using my barista skills on the planet, I was able to do a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Persuading
Interesting.
people, just generally extracting information out of people.
Yeah, there was a few times I was like, my stats aren't high enough. This sucks.
So down on the planet, we take the pod down, and we are supposed to meet up with this Captain
Hawthorne.
Yeah. And it turns out that he is standing right next to the pod calling
the
device,
beacon,
the beacon, and so the pod comes down and crushes him.
Very much like Wizard of Oz vibes here. Where it's
Yeah.
like, you crushed her. The Wicked Witch is dead. I mean, he wasn't the Wicked Witch, but his legs are sticking out of underneath. So it's very funny that way.
And then it's, tutorial, go through, learn how to fight,
learn how to
things,
crouch, learn how to
do
run,
this stuff,
learn how to loot, all that stuff.
And then you come out
mhm.
of there's like a corpo guy, soldier in a cave. He's like, oh man, the bandits, I can't get any further. And so I convince him. I'm like, hey man, just give me your gun, I'll take care of it.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I did too.
And so I got his gun, blasted some space
crates,
and walked outside.
So that's the way I'm playing my character too. Is like, I'm not going to screw over this guy, because you could tell this guy like, hey, you could go fight those guys.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you? You can do it. I'm not going to convince someone to go on a suicide mission.
Yeah.
But if it's like the giant corporation, I'll fuck him over. So he worked for the corpo, but he's just like,
he's just a dude.
You can't punish him. He doesn't know any better.
No, that's true.
So, did you heal him or anything? Like you
yeah,
can.
I'm a doctor.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So, this game, I think, only runs on 30 frames per second on Xbox. So, I could be wrong, but I mean, I didn't have really that much trouble looking at it. Like before, when I'd play console games, and it's just like, yeah, it's whatever, no problem. But then I play on PC, and now I'm used to 200 frames a second and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
you kind of look at it and you're like, ugh. But it kind of was a little bit, maybe it's like more than 30, but it's not 60. I don't know. The design of this planet, it's like alien, very cool, like puffball plants and like little creatures running around and all this stuff.
So
the designs are very interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's talk about the graphics for a second here.
Okay.
Fallout, New Vegas.
Yeah.
Brown, gross.
Brown.
Everything's just like post-apocalyptic and disgusting.
Brown.
The Outer Worlds, super bright, super colorful.
Yeah.
Everything looks great.
Yeah.
It's all like, everything. There's just colors popping everywhere and all that stuff.
So if you play like Fallout 4, they sort of got rid of the brown Fallout color palette.
Yeah.
Now it's like the sky's blue and you see flowers and everything, because that was the big complaint about Fallout 3 and 4. It's like it's all brown, it's all black, it's all dirty. There's like no colors or anything, and they totally went the other way with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game is just, it's Alien Planet, of course.
Yeah.
Like, of course the bird's going to be bright pink. Like, come on.
Yeah. Nine Arsons is also playing along with us. He made a character. Her name is Dior, who was
sexy.
also a barista.
Oh, I see. Everyone loves coffee.
Yes. He's also loving the game. Got lost on the side stuff. I mean, we all did.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
Took
for
4
sure.
hours of playing to get through the first chapter.
I think that was about the same for me.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more.
Yeah. So, I'll tell you what I did, because it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I go out of the thing. The ship is right there. Like, you go out of the cave, the ship is right there. You're like, okay, well, that's going to end the chapter, so I'm not going to do that.
Oh, really?
I bank hard left.
Oh, my
I go
God.
out, bandit camp.
Yeah.
There's an old colony there and bandit camp. And I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on here? So I blast some bandits.
Well, that was at the geothermal plant?
No, not the geothermal plant. There's another little place there where it's just there's just some bandits, and I'm like,
that's where you go to do the quest, and you got to get a finger from there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So before you get that quest, there's no guy there to get the finger from. And so I'm just like bumming around before going, because there's the city of, what is it called? It's the Saltuna plant.
Edgewater,
yeah.
Yeah.
I stay out of Edgewater. I don't go in Edgewater.
Yeah.
I get to the Gravedigger. I grab his quest. It's like,
got to go get the money from all the guys for their grave sites.
And so I go up. There's some bandits. They're tough.
Yeah.
I can't kill them.
Near the community center.
I go left. There's the geothermal plant. I get in there. I get blasted.
Yeah.
And then I walk back out. Or I don't walk back out, but I can't walk back out.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk. There's right in between there's some of the
primals.
Yeah. So I managed to kill them, and they drop a light machine gun.
Oh, nice.
And a lot of ammo.
Nice.
So then I'm like, maybe I can go to the geothermal plant now. Go in there, blast everything.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's just gone.
Yeah. That's so hilarious that you did that. I knew, because when we were choosing this game, we like to choose a game where it's like we can play a certain amount, we know where we are, then we can talk about what we did in that segment. Yeah. If we're playing like an open world game like this, it's tough, because it's like, well, what what do we do?
Yeah, exactly.
I went to this town, you went to this town. So I did look to see what was the first quest, and I knew like the first quest was to get off the planet.
Yeah.
Which you could do in like an hour.
Yeah.
If you just straight shotted, went, talked to the guys you needed to do what you needed to do, and you can leave. I knew it would only take an hour. So I knew like going to the ship was not the end of the chapter. But that's hilarious that that's what you did. Because once you go to talk to the ship, it gives you a sub quest to complete the main quest.
Yeah, so I had done everything that I could do before doing that.
So you did everything else before you went to the ship?
Yeah.
So how did it change for like when you talk to people afterwards? Because then you could ask them like, hey, I want to get a part for my ship. You just didn't have that option before?
I didn't have that option. I was just like, oh, here's the part. See ya.
Oh, you did it all? You had it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you skipped. So wow. So you literally went and talked to Hobson, got the quest to go shut down the geothermal plant, did all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just got a part and you're like, I've got a part. Like, what's it for? Did they not say anything? Like, how did the quest go? Because like
I didn't have the quest to get the part yet, but I had cleared everything out to do that quest.
Yeah.
So I could go and grab it from where I needed to grab it from without having to do any of the other quests.
Okay, so you did the quest, went to the ship.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I need the part, and then you could get the part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nine Arsons decided he would try and walk on lava. I didn't try and walk on lava. How did that go?
I did not walk on the lava.
He died in a few seconds. There's a little spot where it looks like you can jump over to the other side. And I spent a little time trying to jump over there.
So that's so crazy. Wow. So like, you didn't have the option to... Did you talk to Hobson before you did before you got the quest to get the part?
Yeah, I had... So
like,
do the geothermal shutdown.
Yeah.
For rerouting the power to whichever.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
So go ahead.
When you go up to the deserters, so the whole place is there's the factory farm, the factory town, and you have to be part of that factory town. You have to do work and whatever. And so there's a whole ton of deserters that have gone up to the north where there's a greenhouse and they've started growing, all their food and whatnot.
Mock apples.
Mock apples without having to rely on the Saltuna plant. And there's no tuna in Saltuna. It's all just like sprouts. These like little green frog-looking things that they've been throwing them in the thing. Did you see that? If you go up in the Saltuna plant, that's what they're using. They're using those little green sprout things.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
no,
there's no tuna in Saltuna.
Ew, that's gross. Okay, so when you said you just went and got the part, it was because you already went in the geothermal plant and everything was dead.
Quest.
Everything was dead.
So
you could just go in part and pull the switch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So so this is one of the big quests of the area is to support the Separatists or to support Edgewater.
Yes.
And so...
Corpo or Independent.
Yeah. So Nine Arsons chose to support the gardening area by cutting off power to Edgewater, which I'm assuming you did as well.
I did as well.
Yeah. So I didn't.
No, you didn't?
I cut off the power to the garden.
Oh, wow.
And then I went back up to talk to what's-his-face.
The girl?
No, the guy. Like the head of the corp.
Oh, Hobson.
Yeah. And I was like, you run a really fucked up ship here. I think you should leave.
Yeah.
And he's like... Yeah, I did really screw everything up. I'm gonna leave.
Oh, really?
And all the deserters came back to the city.
Oh my God! So, like, what's her name? Was she in charge then?
Yeah, she's in charge now.
Oh my God! That's crazy. No, I shut off power to the city. Hobson was like, "You really fucked me over," and I'm like, "Well, I'm here to take my part." And he's like, "Well, my guards are here, shoot to kill." So I went in there, the guards started shooting me, and then Hobson started shooting me, so I blew him away too. I killed them all, I took their part. And then everyone in the city's just like, the power's out. Well, I wonder when it's going to turn back on.
Did you get his key card to go into his back room?
I mean, I don't know. I don't remember looting it off him, but...
Because he's got that back room that needs the key card, and I couldn't get in there.
No, maybe that doesn't exist. It could be just like a... thing, but I don't know. I'd have to look in my inventory. I don't remember getting one. In the chat here, we have the tank. He says, like, Mikey does everything. Curb does minimal required. No, I did everything. I just Did it while I did the story
Yeah,
missions.
I
might have missed
some
something.
stuff.
But I did try to do everything.
Yeah.
So
when we get this quest from Hodson to do the geothermal, we pick up our first follower, and that's
Pavarti. Yeah. Who's like an engineer who's lived on the planet her whole life, basically.
And it's interesting, too, because I did everything first before going up there, I had to hold, all this stuff. And then when she joined the party, there were so many different dialogue options from people, like, chatting with her.
Oh, yeah, that happens when you pick her up and walk around in the city afterwards, too. Like, you'll go into the shop and she'll, I'm not allowed in there, actually.
Yeah. I think that's really cool that the companions have all their own backstory.
That's kind of standard in these type of games. Like, that happened in Fallout and stuff like that, too. And even
Nine Arson says, this is the kind of game that leaves thinking if you don't look everywhere, you'll miss something. I was looking under every log, rock, grass, and in the water.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But in, like, games like Dragon Age, where you have more than one follower, they'll have separate dialogues between the different characters and stuff. So it adds a lot. You learned a bit about Pavarti and how her dad worked on the planet. Her mom got pregnant, but she wasn't she was under contract and not allowed to have a kid. So they took her from her mom and gave her to her dad. So she's been working as this engineer on the planet her whole life. Tank hates Pavarti. I don't know why Tank hates Pavarti, but he does. But I used Pavarti the whole time. I recruited the Vicar.
Yeah.
Max.
Yep.
No, wait.
Yeah, Vicar Max.
And you recruited someone else, didn't you?
No, that's the Vicar Max.
So, what? You sent me a screenshot, and it looked like you had 3 companion names.
No, I've only got 2.
So what did I see? Why did I see 3 names?
I was like, oh, so I've got a companion you didn't get. I was
thought
wondering
there was
if it
3 names there. I wish I still had that Snap chat.
Yeah, no, there's only 2. Maybe there's 3, but that's because
I thought you showed me a picture and it looked like there was 3 names up top, but maybe I misread it.
There might be 3 that I haven't. Nine Arsons insulted the vicar, and got the book for him, but told him he's an idiot.
I mean, I did more or less too, where I was just like, your religion is dumb. But
there's another.
Joined me.
There's another quest. If you go down to the dock. Like the space dock.
Yeah.
You can talk to the guy and he's like, kill the robot that's in the thing.
And you can pick up some sort of part for destroy the robot rebellion or something like that. Yeah, that was you had to talk to him because he was one of the guys that had a gravesite.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do like that about that because it sort of leads you around to different areas.
Did you kill the robot?
I think so.
I'm a super genius. I repaired the robot.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
My engineering was that high enough that I could repair the robot, and then when you're in the geothermal plant, the robot helps you to fight the other robots.
Wow, that's crazy. But you had killed them all?
I had killed everyone before going into the restricted area because you need to talk to what's his face to get into the restricted area.
Right, Hobson.
Yeah, Hobson.
No, I didn't. I don't even think I talked to it. I think I just blew it away.
Oh yeah, I knew it was like it was wandering around, so I talked to it, and he was like, I need to find the repair bay.
I think I just shot on sight.
Shoot to kill.
I think so. So my next question is did you get any of the what would you call it? The sort of ambient negative effect that unlocks a perk?
Yes.
Okay.
I loved it.
What did you get?
I was getting shot by plasma a lot, so I have plus 25% plasma damage taken.
But you get an extra perk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a different one.
Yeah?
I got hit by primals too much.
Oh.
So now I'm getting attacked by a primal. I get negative to like 2 stats, but I got a new perk.
Wow. 9 Arsons took the same plasma perk.
I didn't get shot by enough plasma to get that one.
I got shot by a lot of plasma.
I got the one for getting punched the shit out of by primals because I was like, oh, let me go over here, and it's like, holy fuck, these primals are beating the shit out of me. And then it gave me this ambient perk thing, which was very cool. It was very surprising. I was like, oh, that's a cool feature. And I was like,
I like that.
Is there going to be primals on another planet? I was like, I don't think so. I'm like, I'll take this for sure. So that was very cool.
Yeah. So in the middle of the map, so you saw the snap of the armor I'm wearing.
Yes.
In the middle of the map, there's the bandit ringleader, whatever the frig. and he has that armor on.
Oh yeah.
And it's 16 armor.
I went into the primal, like
the nest,
and I found like this crazy rad gun down there. But that was like the last thing I did on the planet. So I was like, man, I wish I had this gun like that's 3 hours ago.
Named light machine gun.
Yeah.
So there are 3 named weapons that I found on this planet.
Okay. Yeah, I found that, and I found like a melee weapon, and I think I found one other one too, but I can't remember what their names were. But that LMG was the only one where I was like, fuck, I wish I had this like an hour or 2 hours ago, because it was way better than what I was carrying.
Nine Arson says he's so anti-corp like you that he's 100% negative with Spacers.
Dude, I don't know how you got 100% negative, because I'm still like revered by Spacers Corp. So, I mean, I did all the other stuff. You know, I got all the fingers. I did that quest. I did the what else? What other quests were there? I got maybe it was because I got the antidote for the guy, but I didn't give it to him. I gave it to the girl instead. The medicine from the community center. Mm-hmm. I gave it to the woman, not the guy. I can't remember their names.
I only found the one person, so I gave it to the guy.
Well, when I did it, he's like, hey, can you get me this? I've got the plague, whatever. Get me this stuff. And as soon as I walked out, maybe you misheard it because it doesn't open as not misheard it, but maybe you didn't hear it. When you leave the building, a woman is like, hey, why don't you talk to me about that? I got a better deal for you. And then you go talk to her, and she's in the alleyway.
So I already had the medicine.
Oh, so when you opened the quest, he was like, oh, yeah, I've got it. And you just gave it to him.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I was thinking, like, maybe I should have given that to someone else.
Yeah. So he'll use it on himself, but if you give it to the other woman, she'll distribute it among the most needy.
Oh.
That was the other reason I didn't like the corp. It's like, the most valuable people get the medicine. It's like, no, the most vulnerable get the medicine.
Yeah.
Like, if you're already strong and you'll probably survive, you don't need the medicine.
Nine Arson says he killed everything.
I got the book for Victor. I recruited him. I didn't use him. I like Pavardi.
You can use both.
What?
Yeah, you can have 2 companions.
Well, I got Victor as like one of the last things I did.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'll go wait at the ship. And I was like, oh, sounds good to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, once you go on the ship and you go off again, you can pick him as well.
Oh, see, I haven't left the ship. I haven't left the ship. Crazy. I wasn't too sure Pavardi was going to join me.
Oh.
Because when you leave after talking to, I think her name's Adelaide, in charge of the like resistance people. They're not resistance, but whatever.
Deserters.
She's like, you know what? Like, there's a lot of hardworking people in Edgewater, and like, I think Adelaide is she's just doing this to get back at Edgewater. It's not something that is like altruistic, or she's doing it for the greater good. She just has a vengeance out.
Yeah.
I was like, well, too fucking bad. I'm giving the power to the resistance people. But she was fine with it. And when we got to the ship, she's like, I'd sure like to work for you.
Yeah.
So I let her join me on the ship.
And Nine Arson says, I love how you can insult the people with their answers.
Yeah, they usually don't understand it. They're so stupid in this game. Yeah. But I'm enjoying the gunplay. I'm enjoying the exploration. Obviously, much smaller game than Fallout, New Vegas, and stuff like that.
I really like that every planet is small. It's compartmentalized. So you can go off and it doesn't feel like you have a million things to do. You know that there's a finite little map.
Yeah,
you can hit
that's
it all
fine.
Up,
but I mean, even in Fallout and stuff, it's sort of split up by zones. Like, you know, you're in the downtown of like Boston and Fallout, whatever. And, you know, you're in this area and they're sort of split up, but they're it's like no loading screens between it, really. Yeah.
Very similar to the chapters of Halo is what I understand.
Yeah, less flood, though.
Way less flood. So I picked up... So you can mod your armor with armor things at a workbench.
Or
with
weapons.
your guns. And you can tinker your guns so that
Make
they get
them
better and better and better for bits. And I have a mod on my armor that gives me plus 5 meters to highlight range for items. Yeah. Which is like, it's so good when you're running around in the dark. It's like, oh, there's an item way over there. There's an item way over there. I can just go up there and loot that.
So did you play this on Steam Deck?
No.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's on Game Pass, and I can't get Game Pass to work on the deck.
Right.
So I'm playing on PC.
Mouse and keyboard?
No. with controller.
Oh wow, controller, crazy.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm playing on the couch, man. It's
Oh, right. Okay.
great. I'm playing on my RTX 2060.
Nice.
With the 5600X.
Nice.
And it's like ultra. Recommended
Oh.
ultra. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And man, it looks so nice.
I should, you know what? Look and see if it's got cross save and just play one section on the PC.
Yeah, you should.
I'll check that out and see. What was I going to say? Is your wife watching you play?
No, not really.
Not really. I was going to see what she thought about the story or anything. I've laughed a few times. I've enjoyed the story.
Yeah.
I've been reading everything. Like if I find a terminal, I'll read all the emails and shit. That also helped me become very anti-corpo with the stuff. Like if you read the things in the geothermal plant, you can read how they basically made the robots go crazy to kill everybody.
Yeah.
To like, it was insurance maybe? I can't even remember what it was, but it was like intentionally done by Spacer's Choice to kill everybody there.
Yeah.
It's like, man, fuck these guys. But yeah, I've liked it a lot. There's a few things, like I found the trading cards, and I was like, oh, trading card. There's like collectibles in this game, but then it's like, no, it's still just junk.
No, but there are collectibles.
Such as?
The old saber. Did you find the old
old
saber?
saber?
Yeah, there's an old like fencing saber you can get, and that is displayed in someone's room.
Where did you find that?
It's just down there somewhere.
Oh.
There's a couple of things you can get.
Maybe I did find it, and I just didn't look around the ship. Like, once I got on the ship, it was like, okay, I'm leaving the planet. I know that's the end of the chapter. I'm done playing.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll look around and see.
Yeah, look around. Because once, it's a collectible. There's a couple collectibles.
Okay.
I thought if you go into your quest items, you can see stuff when you're on your ship. As soon as you go in, look at your quest items on there and see what's in there.
Okay. I'm wondering if they're going to have like loyalty missions in this game like they have in other sort of games like this.
Yeah.
Like in Mass Effect, there'd be like the ones that you do that you get to know the character and then be like, oh, I really need help like with this, and you'll go do a quest. So I'm wondering if the more you use them, the more they sort of, you'll get a quest like that. I hope so. That adds a lot to it.
Yeah. With what I like about the companions is that they give you a boost into your stats if you pick the right perks for them.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. I found Pavarti was dying a lot when I first got her.
Yeah.
Like every time, every battle, she's just immediately down. So I immediately boosted her health up.
I have her set to defense.
I have her to shoot from range when she's near me, basically.
She's set to shoot from range, but she's also defensive. So unless I say, "Hey, go in there and fight stuff," she won't go in there.
Oh yeah,
but yes, they die.
I finally unlocked the ability to actually tell her to do her special ability, but I forgot to ever actually do it. I forgot right the first thing you do, the quest. Well, you didn't do it because you were like, "I'm avoiding the spaceship." But the first thing you do is you talk to the Spacers Corp woman, who's like, "Is this your spaceship or whatever?"
Oh yeah.
And then you have to fight the scavengers.
Yeah. I did that.
Or marauders.
Yeah.
And that was the first real fight in the game.
Yeah.
And I immediately died. I just ran up, guns blazing, and I died. And I was like, okay, I must have to play this a little smarter than this.
So I'm a barista. I was just like, why don't you go down there?
No.
And they just went flying down there.
Did you get blown away?
Yeah, they got blown away.
No. I don't send people out on suicide missions. I knew they were going to die, so I was like, I'll take care of it. Plus, it's EXP for me. I died one other time, too, I think, but I don't remember exactly what did it.
Night Arson's forgot to use his time slow at first.
Oh, yeah, me too. But when you start to really remember to do it, it's like, wow, fighting the primals and just shooting the big guy's two arms out, he moves so slow afterwards.
You can do that?
Yeah, it's one of the things. You can do critical shots to people. So when you're slowed down, it'll like glow. So I shot out both his arms, and he'd just be like hobbling after me. So then I could totally unload on him. But yeah, switching between like the assault rifle and the shotgun when he got up close and just blowing his arms away really helped it a lot. So the other thing I like is there's not like 50 trillion types of loot. Like you see a shelf and there's all cups and shit on it.
Yep.
You can't grab them all. Like in Fallout, where you can just steal everything.
Yeah.
But there's no there is a, crafting system, but it's not like Fallout, where it's like, oh, you need metal, so you need to get a metal cup.
Yeah. I haven't seen any crafting yet.
Well, you can work on the workbench.
Can you craft on the workbench?
Well, you can make ammo and stuff, can't you?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm not remembering right.
Nine Arsons asked if we use sword or melee at all.
Did I? I think I might have right at the start, but no.
Yeah,
if someone runs up to me and they're close up, it's just like, okay, I'll shoot at you close range.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing dodging enough that makes me want to use a sword.
No.
And everything more or less just...
But there is a dodge mechanic in the game.
Yeah, I'm not a huge dodge mechanic fan. It doesn't work too well to me. I just would be like, okay, they're next to me. Well, here's the shotgun. Enjoy this shot. But I have done a bunch of leveling up and stuff like that. I like the way the level up system works, where each skill has like 3 sub skills, and at the low level you can just choose this main skill and it levels up all 3 until they get to 50.
Yeah.
Then you have to do it individually. So you have accelerated growth early game, and then late game allows you to specialize more.
Yeah.
So
says he's got a pile of food and doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, the food doesn't really do too much yet, but eventually you'll unlock the ability to add an item to your stim with your higher medical. Maybe you have that already.
I don't.
There'll be a slot to add it with your stim, so when you heal, you'll actually like get a buff at the same time.
Interesting. So all that food I put in a fridge on the ship.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I just was carrying it and like... I mean, there's a few times I got unencumbered, but then I took the perk that added 50 extra pounds, and it was like, man, I can carry everything now.
Yeah, I was getting encumbered all the time. I was
I was a bit.
Scrap weapon. Because I went around and just murdered all the marauders.
Yeah, I started to just scrap them as I picked them up. I wasn't even putting them in my inventory, so I just scrapped them on their body.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Scrap it right on their body?
Yeah, there's one button. It'll say, like, pick up with hold X or X to pick... Hold X to pick up... Well... I guess you're playing controller. X to pick up an item, X to pick them all up, and then like B to scrap it. So, you have to have a high enough skill to do so. There you go.
Well, my engineering is at a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I think I did everything. I don't know that I don't know. There might be something I missed or something like that. I definitely didn't see the Saltuna like being made of the Oglops or whatever they are.
Yeah. If you go, did you fight the Marauder commander?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
is he?
He's right in the middle of the map, almost.
Is he the one where it's like where there's like a dead or like a campsite or something like that?
It's more like a crashed ship freighter kind of deal.
I mean, I probably did. I don't know.
Of a campsite. Yeah, he's right there, right in the middle of the map. And you get crazy armor from him. That's like 16 armor. But it also gives you +5 to heavy weapons.
Oh, yeah.
There's also a named Sprout underneath the landing pad.
Okay.
And so if you go underneath there and kill him, he's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. You mean where, what's his name is? The old guy, the robot hater?
Yeah. So
I killed that guy.
Yeah, you go underneath there and kill him.
Yeah, I killed that guy.
And then there's people like digging up We're digging up salvage, but now they're dead.
Yeah. I might just go run around the planet again just to see. Or now that I know you can take 2, I want to go back to the town with the Max and see if he says anything when he goes into a shop or whatever.
Yeah, I won't spoil that for you.
Oh, wow. Well, I know he's going to say something, but I don't know what he's going to say. I'm not expecting anything earth-shattering, but it'll be interesting anyways to see what he says. And just do a tour around, see if there's anything else I missed or whatever. But yeah, I'm loving it a lot.
Yeah, me too. I had a hard time putting it down.
Yeah, me too. I was like, oh, I should play some more. But I was like, I haven't talked about it yet, and I don't want to get it all jumbled up in my head and be like, this is, this was in that next part or whatever. So I stopped as soon as I got on the ship and we flew away.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play it tomorrow and do my whole segment since I don't work. Get it all knocked out of the game here.
Nine Arsons says he's very religious. Didn't want to hear anything that Vickers had to say. The Vickers.
Yeah, but it's like not a real religion. So it's like kind of interesting to see what they've created as their fake religion.
And he's a scoundrel anyway.
Yeah,
he was a vicar in prison and learned how to do all kinds of hacking and stuff like that. Yeah, he's not a.
When you recruit him, he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm good at hacking computers.
And I really like melee weapons.
Yeah,
I really like to smack people with a tossball stick.
Exactly.
So I was like, "Oh, I got an excellent quality tossball stick."
Exactly. This makes me like excited for the next one.
Yeah.
Because they've announced it.
Oh.
There's already the teaser trailer.
Yeah.
But we don't know when it's coming yet.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm going to assume it's going to be more. Like, I think it'll be a little wider.
Yeah.
And I think, like, this is the first section. So I think this area is probably a little smaller than the other areas, but I don't know. We'll see anyways. But I'm totally loving just checking everything out and, like, reading everything and, you know, learning more about the world and everything like that. So the one thing is when the ship takes off from the planet, I was like, man, this totally reminds me of the Mandalorian ship when it was beat the shit up. Just all like rinky dink falling apart, smoking and everything. So yeah, very, very cool. And I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah. Nine Arsons is also enjoying it. Spent 4 hours for the first time. Easy to get lost in the game doing fun stuff. Like,
I might even do it tonight. I don't know. Like start tonight.
Oh yeah. I've already started.
That's cheating, dude. You're not allowed to. You have to curtail your emotions and only play the required amount. Okay?
Oh, well, the required amount gets even bigger.
Perfect.
No, well, I don't know if it gets bigger, but the unrequired amount gets
a lot
bigger since you got
the side stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. The side stuff I would assume would get more and more. Yeah. I was hoping I got Hobson's hat.
Oh.
But you don't get it. Like in Fallout, you would have his hat.
Yeah.
Like you would be able to loot his hat.
I had a chef's hat on the Vicar for a while.
A chef's hat?
Yeah, you get a chef's hat. Give him
Where?
+1 to melee damage.
Where?
+5 to melee.
Where did you get a
I don't know where
hat?
I got it from.
I never saw a chef's hat.
But it's like, yeah, you got a chef's hat.
Oh, the ship ADA, is that her name?
Yeah.
She'll only talk to the captain. So she sort of like reprograms herself to be like, well, if I issue an identification card that says you're the captain, you must be the captain, correct?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I guess so. So I'm Captain Hawthorne now, even though my name's Vanessa. Yeah, I like it a lot. I'm liking it a lot. I am noticing on Xbox though, there's like some weird ghosting when you turn. So you'll see like the edge of a building, it'll be sort of ghosted out like that.
Oh.
It's not because of like I turned off like what's it called that you always turn off of? Like
motion blur?
Yeah, I turned that off. Got to turn the motion blur off.
Yeah, I've got that off too. But everything else is just cranked to the nuts.
Yeah. I might see if I can. I mean, I'd like to play on my Xbox though. But maybe I can do like cross save or maybe just see what it looks like. I kind of feel my Xbox would look better than my computer because I still only have a 2060 in there.
I mean, that's all I'm using too. And I can play it on ultra.
16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, that's all I got.
And some sort of processor that I don't know what it is.
Yeah. We've got my upstairs machine is comparable to yours.
All right. But I think that like when I would compare like Grounded on my Xbox to PC, like the Xbox looked better.
But so. I am also playing at 4K at UHD.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's that too.
So if you're playing at 1080, you should be able to run it just fine too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. Highly recommended. Very nice change after the Plague Tale Requiem.
Yes. Tank's like, when the ship is like, I can only accept my captain, and hints that you should just lie to it.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Yep. She reminded me of, what's the computer on Red Dwarf?
Oh, Holly.
Yeah. She reminded me of Holly, except like Holly moves or whatever. But just sort of the attitude and like what she said, I was like, wow, this reminds me of Red Dwarf. I'm sure they took inspiration from all that probably, sort of stuff too. But I was like, oh yeah, this reminds me of Holly. So I'm loving it a lot.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
It's super fun. I am definitely going to play more today.
Yeah, I think I will too, actually.
And try not to finish the second quest.
I mean, you got to eventually.
I know, but right now, I won't talk about it.
Okay, all right. No spoilers.
Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but a lot of stuff is coming towards that.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Like, oh my god. Yeah,
Mikey T, I can't believe how excited he is about this game. That's so crazy.
I know, it is weird. Like, I was
single player game. Mikey T's got a huge chub on.
That's the thing, is that like couple months ago, maybe I was like, man, I want to play a Fallout style game on my couch and just have some fun. And I was like, oh, well, there's nothing. I don't know.
Yep.
I didn't bother installing I was going to play it on the deck. That's what I wanted to do. And I don't know why I didn't install Fallout New Vegas, because I have that.
Yeah.
So I didn't remember I had it.
Yeah.
I think I just wanted to play Fallout 3. But it didn't end up happening, and so this is kind of scratching that itch where I'm just like, oh yeah.
You can tell the Fallout, like, you know, influence on this game big time. Like, as soon as it's like this time slowdown comes up, it's like, okay, here's VATS. Like, you know, you can tell these guys did Fallout New Vegas or whatever. It's probably like more nicer that they didn't get to do like a Fallout New Vegas 2 and they had to do their own thing, because another Fallout game would just be another Fallout game. Yeah. You know? Whereas this is like totally like different thing. I can't say totally, but like the sort of like story and everything is just like, you know, it's just different.
Yeah. So also when I was playing, I'm like, this doesn't feel like the engine that they were using before. Like
no, God, no.
And
I don't think so.
They're using Unreal 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't think they'd use Creation Engine. No. I don't think anyone but Bethesda uses the Creation Engine.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be buggier and people just kind of walking into walls and shit.
I don't think I had any bugs, really.
No, everything looked great. People milled about, talked to each other, did what they were supposed to do.
Like, I didn't have anything that I think was like weird like that or anything. Yeah, I can't think of any glitches or anything. No one was walking in the ground or stuck in like a tree or anything like that.
No.
Oh no, I did. The cowboy woman at the Exiles place.
Yep.
I don't remember her name, but she was leaning, but she wasn't leaning on anything.
Oh.
She was just like doing a Michael Jackson, like just leaning back in midair.
Oh yeah, she's supposed to lean on that
the sign,
tipped over sign or whatever.
Yeah, she was like next to it, but not leaning against it. And I was like, "How are you doing that? What are you doing?" So yeah, really enjoying this game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, maybe it's the best one we've played for Game Club.
Yeah, it's shaping up maybe to be like that.
I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy, but at the end of the chapter, I wasn't like, oh my god, I have to continue playing.
Yeah.
I would be like, okay, I want to see where it's going, but I'll check that next time.
Yeah.
Maybe first Plague Tale, there was times where I was like, oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Second Plague Tale, no, not a chance. And Alan Wake, I mean, I'd already beat Alan Wake, so I knew what was happening more or less. So it was not like I have to see what's coming next. And I don't think we've played anything else. I think that was it.
Yep, I think that was it as well.
So
yeah, Plague Tale was like, oh my god, got to keep playing it.
Yeah,
but Plague Tale 2, not at all.
No, there was times where it got to like almost that point.
Yeah,
but then it would shit the bed again.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
There's hints of Isaac Asimov in this game that reminds me of iRobot and the Foundation series. I've not read either of those or watched the films.
Nope,
so I do not know. Who knows? So far it seems like all robots are very much robots, but maybe there's synths available eventually where you'll be like, oh, that's a robot, not a real person. The other thing I'm wondering about later is like, are there any non-humans in the game? Is everyone a human? Like, are there other aliens? I don't know yet. Don't spoil me. But so far, it's been just humanity, basically.
Well, it's something you could have discovered while you were playing the first chapter. There's something you could have seen, and you would be like, "Oh, interesting."
Like the Mantis Queen or something like that. No.
Oh, like non-humans, like organics,
Well, like sentient, like you know, like that guy's like Chewbacca. I mean, a Wookiee or whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Did I miss something?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. You might have. I might have. I don't know.
It's a smaller game, so I'm thinking maybe it's save money. Everybody's human.
Yeah.
But
I guess we'll find out soon.
It's in outer space, man.
Yeah.
I see an alien like planet, plants and trees and shit. Like, where's the like people that lived on this planet?
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes, anyways.
Yes.
Yeah, highly recommend it. You should play it. Follow along. You can talk to us about it. We stream it on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook every Sunday starting at 11 a.m. PST.
Yep, and make sure that if you want to join in this conversation with Game Club, that you interact with us live on Twitch and whatever, or you can interact with us on the Discord, and I will maybe be making a post in the forum about each chapter, and you can share your experiences there, and we'll read them out on the air.
That was made last night, so I don't think anyone had a chance to post anything on that.
No, I was trying to make it closer to it, so maybe Thursday, Friday, I'll make the next one. Just so people aren't going in there posting stuff that we don't want to read yet about spoilers.
Well, I'm not going to read it till we're on here anyways.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be spoiled. So. I think you can make it right now. Just don't look at it, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. You should do it. Play it. Replay it. Get ready for the sequel. Love Pavardi.
Love Pavardi for sure.
Exactly.
All right, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of this podcast.
Yes.
If you liked what you listened to, if you like us, and you want to support this podcast, patreon.com/StreamVoid Pod.
Yep.
Get in there, support the Patreon, and get access to all the bonus content. Also,
do it.
Like this podcast on Apple, on Google. Share us with a friend. Leave us a review. Just tell us how we're doing. Tell us how we're doing.
Yep. Tell us how good we are.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Yeah. And we will then see you guys again in 1 week's time.
Bye.